ladies and gentlemen, we are back live once again at the Cornwall Motor Speedway. Timmy Baltz, this is Martin Belanger here for 360nitro.tv at the Cornwall Motor Speedway. Great show on hand tonight. We got the modifieds, we got the sportsmen, we got the mini stocks right over here, and of course the popular vintage modifieds. Martin Belanger, this is going to be one heck of a show. Hopefully we get just as good a show as we had last week.
Yeah, hopefully last week it was quite special. We got a lot of rain, but the track was in perfect condition. We got some new track records in the modifieds. Every practice session, every guy almost was under 13 seconds. Tonight it's gorgeous here at the Speedway. Hopefully the weather will hold off. The track seems to be in great conditions. The pits are filling out right now. We've got some good invaders as well in the modifieds. A few guys that you've seen yesterday in Brockville, so it should be quite interesting.
Absolutely, yeah. We had Dalton Slack show up at Brockville last night. Matt Williamson darn near pulled off the win. Him and Steve Bernier had it out. They are back in the pits tonight. Bernier, I know he was really excited about the win, and he's going to be tough to beat tonight, too.
Oh, yeah, he's having quite a weekend. He finished second in Granby on Friday. He won last night in Brockville, and I'm pretty sure he looks to get a second win here tonight. There's Gary Lindbergh as well that won a few weeks ago at Brockville, so he's a tough customer as well, and plus all our locals. It's been kind of a tough year for our locals. It's always invaders that have won. Just Mario Claire that's been a local here that I can categorize as a local, but all the guys have been either from Quebec or from the Marysville area. So hopefully a guy like, I don't know, maybe a Caldingwall or Chris Raby or Corey Wheeler could pull it off tonight. We'll see, but it's a tough fill again. We're expecting about 25 cars again tonight, so it's going to be quite interesting.
Absolutely, and it's all Canadian field too, and that's what makes it so unique is all Canadian drivers, and they're some of the toughest drivers around. Shifting gears over to the sportsman side of things, going to be a good show over there. A lot of big names have showed back up once again, and it's wide open. You can't even pick a winner just yet, I don't think.
Yeah, there's so many good drivers there. There's Jonathan Ferguson that won here last week. He's already has two. Jared Urbison has been on a hot streak as well. There's William Racine that's supposed to be here. I've seen Jessica Power in the pit. Cedric Gauvreau just pulled in. Justin Lancette's supposed to be here. So there's a lot of good names, good drivers. Again, we're expecting about 24, 25 cars for the 50-lap event. So we should have a great field of cars and a lot of action again in the sportsman.
And it's going to be a tough field, of course, right beside us here. We got the mini stocks here, and most notably, of course, it seems like it's been James Clark's show, but Alexis Charbonneau's been turning a lot of heads. He won on Friday night at Granby. I think he might be one of the guys to watch tonight for sure to try to take down the Red 2X tonight.
Oh yeah, for sure. Alexis Charbonneau has been good everywhere that he races, either at Granby, at RPM, and on the Quebec side, and when he travels to Ontario. Always a tough customer, as you mentioned him. But James Clark is the guy to watch in the 2X, and I'm pretty sure might have to talk to him again tonight in the winner's circle.
Yeah, you never know. The Hawkesbury native's been very fast out there in that 2X ride. Switching over to the vintage side of things, it's been basically either Randy Gaudet or Jason or Josh Powers that have been doing the winning. Randy got the best of Jason last night at Brockville. They're in the pits again tonight. Again, another wide open field, and these cars, they just seem to multiply week after week.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a good field, and they're so fun to work with. I know Ray always invites them, and they want to come back to Cornwall. They like Brockville, they like Cornwall. These guys just want to race, and there's so much respect between each driver. You know, there's some fast cars, as you mentioned, the Power, the Gaudet, and you have some slower cars, but there's a lot of respect on the track. You see that the leaders break, and nobody wants to break their cars or to damage their cars. So it's a fun group to have at the Speedway, and they always put a good show when they're on the track. But yeah, it's going to be, I'm pretty sure, a battle between Gaudet and Power, and we'll see what's going to happen at the terms of that 20-lap event.
Well, we got 4 divisions here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Talent aplenty here at the Cornwall Motor Speedway. And if you can't be here to watch it, once again, I always point right there to Martin Belanger's shirt, 360nitro.tv. You best log in there, get yourself on tonight, and enjoy some great racing action. I'm Timmy Baltz. Once again, that's Martin Belanger. Hopefully, we'll see you back here at the races in just a few minutes' time.
Je vais juste traduire un petit peu les commentaires qu'on a parlé, Tim et moi, ce soir. On a un autre gros programme du côté du Cornwall Motor Speedway, 50 tours en modifié, 50 tours en sportman. Du côté des modifiés, on a quelques excellents visiteurs. Ce soir, on a parlé de Steve Bernier. Un qui va attirer l'attention, évidemment, c'est Matt Williamson. Vous l'avez vu sur notre page Facebook plus tôt. Une belle photo de Matt Williamson, ça va être à surveiller. On a plusieurs bons pilotes. Gary Lindbergh est ici également. La plupart des bons Québécois, David Hébert et tout. Ce qu'on parlait, c'est le phénomène local cette saison du côté de Cornwall. Seulement Mario Claire qu'on peut catégorisé comme un local ici. Ça a été des visiteurs tout au long de l'année qui ont gagné des courses ici. Donc, on espère de voir peut-être un Corey Wheeler, un Chris Raby, peut-être un Brian McDonald qui vont peut-être gagner la victoire ce soir. Mais on a beaucoup d'excellents pilotes qui sont ici. Du côté des Sportmen, encore, on attend environ 25 voitures ce soir. Les Jonathan Ferguson, les Jarrett Urbison sont ici ce soir. Jessica Power, Justin Lalancette. Quelques nouveaux également. William Racine qui devrait être ici également. Donc, on a un excellent peloton. Ça va donner toute une finale pour 50 tours. Les mini-stocks, il faudra surveiller évidemment James Clark, Alexis Charbonneau également, là, qui fait flèche de tout bois du côté québécois, va être à surveiller également. Donc, on va surveiller ça de près dans la finale de 20 tours. Puis les vintage, on a une quinzaine de voitures qui sont ici. Toujours une bataille entre Jason et Josh Powers ainsi que Randy Godet. Mais c'est un groupe qui a beaucoup de respect entre les pilotes. C'est un groupe qui est toujours le fun à travailler pour les promoteurs de pistes. Ils sont très, très attendus du côté de Brockville. Lorsqu'ils viennent ici, ils sont également très appréciés d'un peu tout le monde. Mais il faudra surveiller la bataille entre Randy Godet et puis Josh Powers du côté des vintage. Donc, vous pourrez voir tout ça sur 360nitro.tv. Ce soir, encore une fois, du côté de Cornwall. Il fait beau, on va avoir des courses. Donc, suivez-nous sur 360nitro.tv. Tu ne veux pas manquer ça.
And Corey Wheeler atop the leaderboard there to 13,445, and we are live on 360nitro.tv. Welcome to the Cornwall Speedway as hot lap session number 3 for the modifieds on track.
On aimerait souhaiter la bienvenue à tout le monde en direct sur 360nitro.tv. Espérant que vous avez une excellente soirée. Nous sommes en session de pratique présentement du côté des modifiés. So as Tim was mentioning, third group of practice right now on the speedway for the modifieds. We have the 38 of Luke Whitaker, the 17 of Tristan Draper, 01 of Chris Raby, the 1 of David Hébert, winner last week here at the speedway, 15 of Brianna Edsar, 23 of Mike Stacy, promoter of Autodrome Drummond, 21 of Yann Bussière, and driving the 124 tonight will be Martin Pelletier. Martin Pelletier in the 124 tonight. Martin Pelletier qui est dans la voiture de Pierre Dagenet ce soir dans le 124. Les gens du Québec, vous l'avez vu, cette voiture au cours du dernier week-end avec Luke Whitaker aux commandes, mais Whitaker est dans sa voiture 38 ce soir. Mais ce soir, c'est Pelletier dans le 124. Encore une fois, 3 groupes bien balancés. Alors qu'on ira au vert sur le 38 pour ouvrir dans le That's a well-balanced group as David Hébert was the quickest 13.835, Luke Whitaker 13.845, and Martin Pelletier 13.879. Yann Bussière, Chris Raby were the top 5 for hot lap session number 3. In the modifieds, these drivers will be back later on for their time trial session. Les modifiés seront de retour dans quelques instants pour leur session de temps chronométrique qui vont placer les groupes pour plus tard, as we have the sportsmen getting ready for their timed hot laps tonight. So not only practice, but also important to set up the heat stim as we'll have a few new cars in the lineup tonight, as I see Justin DeRosier coming back and ready to do battle with a lot of these good drivers here tonight. Well-balanced field again in the Sportsman.
Absolutely, another loaded field tonight. Good to see Justin DeRosier back, Cornwall, Ontario native, here with us this evening, and we'll look for good things from him tonight as the first group of sportsmen roll trackside. This is going to be Group 1A. This is going to be led out by the 22 of Cedric Govre out of Chelsea, Quebec. Daryl Mitchell from Akwesasne, and the number 37, Steve Morris out of Chrysler, Ontario, and the number 28, and Fire Swamp from Akwesasne in the number 88. Second last night in rookie sportsman action at Brockville. Once again, this will be green-white checkered format, and fastest driver once again will start on the pole for their respective heat race. As Group 1A is under green, Cedric Govre will be the first driver to take time. He'll set the Govre Transport ride up through the middle portion of the speedway and across the line for his first lap of the day. 14.868, good enough for top of the board. 14.806 for Daryl Mitchell, he goes to the top. 14.803 for Morris, he goes to the top of the board. Fire goes 15.015. Checkered in the air for Govre, and he goes back to the top of the board. 14.576. Daryl Mitchell. 15.031. Steve Morris. 14.716. Fire Swamp. 14.993. So right now, Cedric Govre quick. 14.576. 14.716 for Morris. 15.031 for Mitchell, and 14.993 for Fire Swap. Daryl Mitchell's quick time was actually 14.806 on that one. Chris Ferguson out of Chesterville, Ontario, the number 88, made the trip to Drummond last night. 17th place effort, not what the result they were looking for, but they're back and ready to go tonight. 29, we talked about him. Justin DeRosier making his way down the back straightaway. There is William Racine out of Granby, Quebec in the 35, and from Hogansburg, the M70 Mohawk Express, that's Billy Cook. Group 1B on track as Group 2A waiting in the wings to come out for their time trial session. And Chris Ferguson will be the first driver to take time. The Bass Lake Lodge number 88C comes across fourth quick, 14.864. Justin DeRosier, top of the board, 14.509. William Racine takes it over, 14.448. Billy Cook at a 15.218. Checkered in the air on Chris Ferguson. He'll try to improve on last one, 15.218. DeRosier, 14.748. Racine looking to go faster and does. 14.336. Billy Cook 14.883. So William Racine, car number 35, 14.336. He will start on the pole for heat race number 1. Group 2A rolling trackside. Martin Belanger, it's all you.
Some good drivers joining the field right now for group number 2 as we have the 52 of Jessica Power, the 1X of Robert Delorme, 44 of Jonathan Ferguson, and the 18 junior of Jason Rose. 2A on the speedway, 2A on the speedway. We go green on the 52, on vert sur le 52 de Jessica Power, Robert Delorme, Jonathan Ferguson and Jason Rose. We'll see who will be the quickest as Ferguson already 2 wins this season at the speedway. Robert Delorme right now, quickest 14.488, but Jonathan Ferguson tops the board, 14.427. We'll see the final lap for these drivers. So Delorme, quickest 14.403, Jonathan Ferguson 14.427, Jason Rose 14.769, and Jessica Power 15.060. So back half of group number 2, we'll have the 65 of Gilles Godard, 94 of Gabriel C, 38 of Jarrett Erdison, and 78 of Dale Gifford. We go green on Godard here. Back half of group number 2. We'll see if one of these drivers will be able to beat the time of 14.403 of Robert Delorme. White flag being displayed. Godard currently fourth. Cyr goes up to third, 14.764. Dale Gifford, quickest time, third quickest, 14.654. Checker flag is out. Third, the quickest for Gabriel C. Jared Erdison to fifth, and Dale Gifford remains in fourth. Robert Delorme, quickest 14.403. Ferguson, Cyr, Gifford, Jared Urbison, Jason Rose, Joey Goddard, and Jessica Power will be your starting lineup for group number 2. As group number 3, it's the Speedway, Tim.
Well, I will know this, as Joey Goddard, he might start 7th, but after last week, he won't stay there very long, that's for sure. As Group 3A on track, Ricky Thompson, the 1R, the 82, then is Denny Ford, the 18 of Kalen Draper, and the 78 of Dominic Merkley. Green lights are on the brass horse 1R of Ricky Thompson. As he'll make his way down the back straightaway. In turn number 3 and 4, won his first 2 career races right here in Cornwall in the sportsman ranks. He'll come by to 14.728. Denny Ford making his way across the line. 15.243. Kalen Draper 15.267. And Dominic Merkley second quick 15.069. Check it in the air on Thompson. He goes to 14.855. Denny Ford will cross the line for his second lap. 14.664. And he goes to the top of the leaderboard. Kalen Draper 15.928. Merkley at a 14.964. Denny Ford puts at the top the board 14.664. And there is a surprise for sure. Bentley Gray in the number 9 machine making his way down into turn number 1. Ryan Stabler from right here in Cornwall, the RSI Industrial Pump It Up Aesthetic 77 machine, and the Big Boys Gas and Tobacco 35 of Thomas Cook from Hogansburg. Green lights are on, back half of group number 3 on track and ready to go. The mini stocks are lining up, the assist to sell mini stocks are lined up in the staging area, waiting in the wings to go trackside for their hot laps is Bentley Gray. Third place effort last night in rookie sportsman action at Brockville. He'll come across the line to complete his first time lap of the day. And he'll cross it at 15.374. Stabler comes by 14.593 atop the board there. Thomas Cook third quick, 14.681 as Gray goes off the back straightaway. Done for this one as Ryan Stabler. He'll try to improve on lap 1 because Thomas Cook is going to be quick as well. Checkered in the air, 14.674. We'll see if Cook can improve. He does not. 14.729 and Ryan Stabler 14.593. He will start on the pole for heat race number 3, but the driver who is quickest of them all, car number 1X, Aquasasti, Robert Delorme, quick time overall in sportsman timed hot laps.
So off laps for the mini stocks on the speedway, the tour de pratique pour nos mini stock. One of the good drivers on the circuit this season, the 49 of Alexis Charbonneau, a few wins at Autodrome Granby. Making a first visit this season, the 30 of J.C. Bouchard, 2X of James Clark, one of the guys to beat here at the Speedway, 23 of Brendan McMillan, 22J of Justin Jourdouin, 60 of Sylvain Charret, the 3 of Mike Gaucher is also on the Speedway. Practice session for the mini stock. Les mini stock en piste pour leur session de pratique. Checker flag is out for the mini stock. La calorie est lancée pour les mini stock. On verra ensuite lorsque les mini stock quitteront la piste, on se tournera vers la piste de go-kart. So we'll turn our attention to the go-kart as we'll have the senior stock in action tonight. They were supposed to be here last Sunday, but they, with Mother Nature throwing us a curveball, we decided to cancel their event, but they're back here tonight. They were in action as well on last Tuesday night. I was made the trip here on Tuesday to watch the go-karts, and it's always fun to see, and it's a well-oiled machine. You know, it starts at 7 sharp, and by 9-ish it was done. So,
Right.
2-hour event, and we had 47 go-karts with some V-twins. It was a great night of racing.
Yeah, we had about the same deal going on Wednesday night at Brockville. We had around 40 karts as usual, and great racing going on over there. Some drivers have pretty much got point titles locked up already, and other divisions, it's wide open right now, especially our stock heavy division, which you'll see tonight as they're making their first hot lap sessions on the evening, and then we will be back with the time trial session for our 358 modifieds as the fast and efficient Jennifer Goddard right there with the heat lineups ready to go. Just continues to just be awesome as always. So the karts will have a quick hot lap session over there. As the karting action continues over there, their hot lap sessions just completing over there. A lot of racing action took place last night across many of the dirt race tracks. Of course, some of the results last night, Bridgeport Speedway. Jojo Watson has been on a roll there lately. I believe that's his third win of the season in the modified ranks. Ryan Godown Jr., his first of the year in the sportsman ranks at Bridgeport. Bear Ridge Speedway, they run sportsman every Saturday night in Vermont, and had a triple 33 event over there. Jason Gray, Jordan Fornwald, and James Fadden won the 3 events there. Plattsburgh Airborne Speedway, they finally got a race in for 2020, and Jack Spieshak picked up the sportsman win. His third win overall this year. He also has a win at Thunder Mountain in Albany, Saratoga. And Jay Corbin, who's normally on the high banks of the valley, decided to make the trip over to Airborne and picked up his first ever Pro Stock win at the Plattsburgh Oval. So congratulations to Jay Corbin. 358 modified event at Brockville last night. We talked about it earlier. Steve Bernier collected the checkered flag, his first ever Brockville win, scoring for the Eastern Ontario Vintage Series, and glad to have him on board with us tonight. As always, Group 1A on track. Steve Bernier, the 25 star, the 18 Louis Jackson, 13 of Kevin ML, the 3 of Dalton Slack, making up the first half of group number 1. Fastest driver will start on the pole for that respective heat race as Steve Bernier, looking to make it a clean sweep of 3 different racetracks for the Two Brothers Racing Team, as Francois Bernier, his brother, won his 4th of the season at Granby on Friday night, and he will set it up to the bottom side and slide it to the middle of turn number 4. Across the line for lap number 1, 14.134. Jackson comes by to 14.304. Kevin ML 14.360, and Dalton Slack 14.541. Checkered in the air this time by for Steve Bernier. He'll bring it across the line, and he'll go 14.334. 14.222 for Jackson. 14.3 for Kevin ML. 14.505 for Dalton Slack. So right now, Steve Bernier, quickest of the group. 14.134, 14.222 for Jackson. Kevin ML 14.360, 14.505 for Dalton Slack. Group 1B on track. Matt Williamson leading the parade out in the 6W machine. Alongside of him, the 66 of Kyle Dingwall. 37M, that is Matthew Desjardins in the grinder. J.F. Corvo in the 96th machine, ready to do battle. 4 cars on track. Matt Williamson will be the first driver to take time. St. Catharines, Ontario native is hammered down. Here at Cornwall this year, the S&W Service Center Snow Racing Products ride. He'll set his ride up through turns 3 and 4 and down off of turn number 4 and across the line his first time lap. 14.194 puts him second quick. Dingwall at 14.196. Matthew Desjardins 14.486. 14.722 for J.F. Corvo as Williamson brings it across the line, looking to improve. 14.194, identical laps for Williamson. 14.384, Matthew Desjardins. 14.121 at the top of the board right now. 14.539 for Corvo. 14.121 for Matthew Desjardins. That is top of the board. He'll go from the pole in heat race number 1. Group 2A, rolling trackside right now.
Groupe numéro 2 sur la piste, on retrouve le 22 de Mario Claire, 151 de Brian McDonald, le 37 de Gary Lindbergh et le 90 de Danny Gagné. So we have 3 feature winners on the speedway right now with Mario Claire, Lindbergh, and Danny Gagné. 2 at Cornwall, 1 at Brockville. Green flag was displayed. We'll see the first time here for Mario Claire. 14.499 for Mario. 14.506. Brian McDonald second. 14.569. Danny Gagné up to third. 14.565. So right now we'll see what Lindbergh and Danny are able to do. Danny Gagné tops the board right now, 14.353. Danny Gagné, le temps le plus rapide dans le groupe 2A, devant Mario Claire, Brian McDonald et Gary Lindbergh. So we have the 85 of Tyler J. Vogue, 47S of Corey Wheeler, 37 of Paul Saint-Sauveur, and the 23 of Joey Lensar. We go green on the 85 de Vogue. Vogue sera la voiture de contrôle pour le groupe 2B. On verra les temps ici, le premier temps. Donc, le jaune est lancé ici. Jevos a monté un petit peu trop haut, a perdu son temps, mais on va redonner les tours à tous, alors qu'on n'avait pas complété encore un tour de pratique ou un tour de temps ici. So we'll give all the laps back to everyone. So we're green on the 47 minutes of wheeling. Quickest 14.212 for Wheeler, Paul Saint-Sauveur to Ford 14.04. Tyler J. Vogue at 14.573. Remains on Ford for Paul Saint-Sauveur. 14.804. So Corey Wheeler quickest 14.212. Danny Gagné, Mario Claire, Paul Saint-Sauveur, Brian McDonald, Gary Lindbergh, Tyler J. Vogue, and Joey Lensar will be your starting lineup for heat number 2, as heat number 3 is on the speedway team.
Last week's winner, David Hebert in car number 1, leads the way out. Mike Stacy in the 23. There's Chris Raby in the 01, 7th place finish at Brockville last night. Brianna Ladisser, 3rd place finish last week here in her 358 modified as the green lights are on. Group 3A on track. 3rd and final group ready to get it going. And David Hebert, first time to line for his first time lap, 14.517. Mike working the top side. He goes to 16.417, 15.065. 15:076 for Brianna Lannister right now. They're quickest of the group. 14:482 that trip around. Checker waving, and Chris Raby, he goes at 15:120, and Brianna Lannister second quick at a 14:898. So David Hebert right now quickest. 14:482, followed by Lannister to 14:898. Chris Raby, the top three at a 15:120. Luke Whitaker off of a top 10 run at Granby on Friday night. He's back in his own 38 here tonight out of Iroquois. There's Tristan Draper in the 17. The Sharkman is back, the 21 of Jan Boussier, the 124, which Luke Whitaker drove to that top 10 finish. That's being driven tonight by Martin Peltier. Green lights are on, back half. Number 3 on track and ready to go as Luke Whitaker will first driver to take time with these 4 as they head through turns 3 and 4. Track starting to change just a little bit. Whitaker taking it nice and gingerly down around the bottom. Quick time there, 14:441. Draper to 14:775. He goes to third quick. Not for long as Boussier goes a 14:771. And Martin Peltier takes over there, although he goes off the top side of turn number 2. He goes 14:671 as the checkered flag is out on group number 3B. Jan Boussier improves on lap number 3 to 14:577, but 14:441, that is quick time. And Luke Whitaker, Iroquois, Ontario, he will start on the pole for heat race number 3, but the quick time overall, he was quick time in session number 3 to 14:593, and he'll go from the pole there. 3:58 modified time trials. Matthew Desjardins quickest overall to 14:121, goes from the pole in heat 1. Corey Wheeler to 14:212. He'll go from the pole in heat number 2, and Luke Whitaker 14:441. He'll go from the pole in heat race number 3. That's kind of the quick recap here as the vintage roll trackside. And on point will be the 28 of Ryan Como to his outside the B3 of Steve Billings. Row number 2 is going to find the J73 of Josh Powers out of Athens. Alongside of him will be Chris Lackey aboard the number 88C. Brian Billings in the 3, Pete Snapper in the 75X, the 09 of Tim McColeman, 53 of Jason Powers, and the 75R of Randy Gaudette, last night's winner at Brockville. 8 laps the distance, green is out, and we're off and running. Into turn number 1, Ryan Como pushes up the hill. Josh Powers says, thank you very much. I'll go from 3rd to 1st. Not a bad idea. He'll take over the lead as Ryan Como looks to charge back on the top side. But he can't quite pull off the pass. Place number 1 is in the books right now, and Ryan Como trying to hold everybody at bay, but Josh Powers, the man in charge right now. Randy Gaudette gets shoved out of line off the top side of corner number 2. He brings it to a stop, and yellow lights will be displayed. White flag is in the air, and we'll go back to green with Josh Powers in command of it. 2 down, 6 to go. First of 2 heats. These are the cars of the 70s and 80s division here with the vintage division, brought to you by Polite Sand and Gravel. Josh Powers, Ryan Como will piece the field of green. All starts and restarts at the Wired Audio fire zone in turn number 4. Josh Powers sees the sign. Jason Aikman, our director of traffic control, leads the green, and we're off and running. Into turns 1 and 2. Josh Powers takes the lead once again from the bottom. Ryan Como determined to make that outside lane work, and it looks like it's working pretty good for him right now. It keeps the car nice and straight through turns 3 and 4 and down across the line. Powers in command of it with Como. Steve Billings now up into spot number 3. Getting some pressure from the 75 of Pete Snapper and the 53 of Jason Powers. Powers down on the low lane trying to get by the 3 of Billings for spot number 3. Halfway home already. 4 down, 4 to go, and Josh Powers looking really good. Josh, of course, has a couple of wins here in vintage action coming last year as he set sail down the back straightaway. Ryan Como all out of shape coming off a 2. Open the door for Jason Powers and the B3 of Steve Billings to close in. Steve Stafford continues to round out the top 5. Then it's Tim McColeman, Randy Gaudette, Ryan Billings, and into Chris Lackey down the back straightaway. Straightaway advantage right now for the 73 of Josh Powers. He'll set it up to the bottom portion of turn number 4 and across the line. 2 to go for Josh Powers. Second spot still up for grabs as the 28 of Ryan Como trying to hold on to it. Jason Powers, second last night at Brockville, trying to get on by as Steve Billings right there behind him in fourth. White flag in the air for Josh Powers. Josh with a win already this season here at Cornwall in 2020. Trying to take a victory in his own number 73 as he'll set it up to the bottom portion of the speedway. Checkered in the air in a dominant performance for Josh Powers. He takes the victory. Second spot going over Ryan Como. Jason Powers will cross the third. Steve Billings fourth. Randy Gaudette up for fifth at the finish, followed by Pete Stafford, Tim McColeman, Brian Billings, and Chris Lackey in that order. So he's down in front, and he will make his way over to Martin Belanger. And Josh getting the word now that he will make the mandatory stop on the front straightaway. To talk with Martin Belanger for 360nitro.tv. Sorry he stood you up there, Mart. It's okay. He's coming back.
I think it's his first time here this year, so that's probably why, but you might get used to it. Josh Powers, a great run here tonight for the first heat win in the vintage. One of your rare visits at the Speedway this season, but you give them a good run.
Yeah, we were good. There's definitely some adjustments that could be made to be a little faster, I think, but all in all, the car was pretty good.
So it's going to be pretty interesting in that 20 lap. A lot of good cars, always a good feel in the vintage, especially in 2020.
Yeah, that's right. It'll be good. I think it's definitely going to be slick. It's slick already, so, I mean, we're prepared for that.
All right, good luck for tonight.
Thank you.
So your heat winner here tonight, Josh Powers, as we're getting ready for heat number 2 for the vintage.
Number 2 ready to roll track side. These are the cars of the 50s and 60s rolling on out. Going to be led by Audie Bedard out of Almont, Ontario, Canada, in the number 11 machine, alongside of him in the 00. That is Daryl Wilson. Daryl Wilson aboard the 00 machine. Daryl out of Kentville. Behind him, the car number 12, another Merrickville native. That's Tim Charlin, and alongside of Kayla Charlin out of Kentville in the 13th. On the row, it's Pat Charlin in the 42 from Merrickville. 74, Brian Powley out of Kingston. Green lights are on. He laps the distance, and we're off and running. Working through turns 1 and 2. Daryl Wilson jumps out into the race lead as they work the back straightaway for the first time. Battle on for second between Audie Bedard and the 13 of Kayla Charlin, as Pat Charlin, who won a heat race last night, moving around the top side. He'll pick up third from Bedard as they come down across the line for lap number 1. One lap is complete. Down the back stretch they go, and Pat Charlin's got a quick race car. Holds even terms with Kayla into turn number 3. Now watch for Tim Charlin back there in the 12. As I mentioned earlier, these 3 drivers have been making it a habit of finishing in the top 3 of the same heat race. They did it last night in Brockville. They've done it twice here. Could happen one more time as Pat Charlin moves around the top side. And unfortunately, Daryl Wilson has been the victim of all 3 of these drivers. He wants to put a stop to it right now. They make their way down in front of lap number 3, 5 to go. And I don't think Pat Charlin is going to give him any breathing room either. Neither is Kayla, as Tim Charlin back there in the 4th spot with Audie Bedard and Brian Powley completing it. Into turn number 3, 4 down this time by Kayla Charlin. Thought about making it 3 wide, but she caught the nerve and tucked it behind the 00 Wilson. Into turn number 1, 4 down, 4 to go. Pat Charlin trying to take over the lead on the high side, and he does just that down the back straightaway. So Pat Charlin moving up into the number 1 position. Daryl Wilson relegated to second as Kayla Charlin moving to the inside lane, trying to find a way around Daryl Wilson into turn number 1. 5 down, 3 more to go in this second and final heat for the vintage Sportsman Heat number 1 waiting in the wings over off of turn number 4. 2 to go this time by, says Jason Aikman, our Director of Traffic Control here tonight in Cornwall, as Pat Charlin continues to lead it by about 3 car lengths into turn number 1. Daryl Wilson doing a great job holding Kayla Charland off for position number 2 as Tim Charland back there to 3rd. Then it's Audie Bedard and Brian Powley completing the rest of your field. White flag in the air this time by Pat Charland, looking to pick up his second heat win of the weekend as he won one last night at Brockville. And now Kayla has gotten around Daryl Wilson. It's all up to Tim Charland now if he can get around Daryl Wilson and move into the number 3 spot. The Charlins will do it again, but in turn number 3, Pat Charlin's going to pick up the victory in the 42. Second spot will go to Kayla, and at the line for 3rd, it's going to be Wilson this time. So Daryl Wilson stops the Charlin dominance of the qualifying heat races, and Pat Charlin picks up a well-earned victory in heat race number 2 for the 50s and 60s class. And Pat making his way off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. And he'll talk with Martin Belanger in victory lane. Mark, take it away.
Thank you, Tim. I'll go speak to Pat Charlin. Pat, you made the top side stick. Quite a run for you in the 50-60 heat.
Yeah, she was a little slick there to start, but the old car handles good.
Looking forward for the 20-lap event later on.
It's hard doing 20 laps in these old cars.
Really demanding?
Oh yeah, it's really, like it's different than the newer cars. Eh? It's different, but I love this track. This track has always been good.
All right, so good luck for that 20-lap event.
Thank you.
So Pat Charlin, winner of the 50s and 60s heat event here for the vintage as we're getting ready for the first of 3.
First of 3 Sportsman Heat events brought to you by Next Level Home Improvement here tonight. Along with the good folks at Fat Les Chip Stand, Les Winters and his entire crew in the house tonight. Hopefully you're enjoying the show just as much as we are, and especially those of you here at the Speedway and those watching live on 360nitro.tv. We welcome you to the Cornwall Motor Speedway as heat race number 1 for the Sportsman. On track, William Racine on the pole, the 35, along with the 29 of Justin DeRosier. Row 2 at Cedric Govro on the 22 of the 28 of Steve Morris. Daryl Mitchell on the 37 with the 88 of Chris Ferguson. Final row, it's Billy Cook, the M70, and Fire Swap rounds out the field in 8th. First heat of 3 for the Sportsman. 8 laps to distance. Green lights are on. First time through turns 1 and 2 is going to be William Racine jumping out into the lead. The battle is on now for the 2 spot as Cedric Govro to the low lane trying to find the way around Justin DeRosier. DeRosier got a little loose coming into turn number 4. In order for Govro to get on by as we work lap number 1. William Racine out in front of the field, working down the backstretch. He's opened up about 4 car lengths already. Now the battle is on for 3rd and 4th, and behind them the battle is on for 5th and 6th as Daryl Mitchell, Steve Morris, and Billy Cook after one another into turn number 1. Mitchell gets the better of Justin DeRosier for now, and Billy Cook slides on by Steve Morris to pick up the 5 spot as Morris falls to 6th. Chris Ferguson and Fire Swap battling it up for 7th and 8th. 3 laps down, 5 more to go. William Racine making this look rather easy tonight as he holds on to the lead. It's opened up to about 7 car lengths right now. But Cedric Govro has been quick all season in that 22 ride, although he pushed wide coming into turn number 3 that time in an effort to try to run down the race leader. 4 down, 4 more to go. William Racine checking out on the field, nearly a straightaway advantage as behind the top 3, Billy Cook moving forward. He'll get on by the 29 of Justin DeRosier for spot number 4. Cook down on the low lane. He'll pick up the spot to come down across the line at lap number 5. 5 down, 3 to go. Will be coming to 2 to go this time by, and William Racine is checking out, driving away in another zip code right now. The Robert Menard Tire Center, Dig Race Products 35, backs it into turns 1 and 2. The 22 continuing to run around the top side is Daryl Mitchell holding on to the the 3rd spot. Billy Cook still 4th. Justin DeRosier 5th. White flag in the air for William Racine. Trying to Quebec native holds on to the lead down the next straightaway. That lead still stabilized at about a straightaway into turn number 3. Checkered flag is in the air, and William Racine from start to finish grabs the win in heat race number 1. Cedric Govro will cross in 2nd, followed by Daryl Mitchell in 3rd. Billy Cook, a great run to him to come home in 4th. Justin DeRosier completes the top 5. Then it's Steve Morris, Fire Swap, and Chris Ferguson. So a great run there for William Racine in the 35, and he'll bring it down in front. And he will have a quick chat with Martin Belanger for 360nitro.tv. It's William Racine, the winner of Sportsman Heat Race number 1.
William Racine, un excellent début de soirée pour toi, plus rapide dans ta qualif et puis plus rapide, on a été chercher la victoire dans celle-là, assez dominant. Un bon début de soirée pour toi.
Ouais, ça part bien une soirée, ça donne de la confiance. On va essayer de bien finir les finales. Cette année à Cornwall, on a un peu de la misère, un peu bad-lucké. La dernière fois, on a fait 2 crevaisons, donc on va espérer que ce soir, ça aille mieux. On va espérer que la pluie tombe pas trop fort si la pluie tombe. Mais on risque d'avoir une belle piste. J'aimerais remercier Raymond pour avoir cette soirée-là malgré le COVID. Puis merci aux 100 personnes des estrades de venir nous supporter malgré que c'est un dimanche et que tout le monde travaille demain.
All right, félicitations pour ta victoire. On va te souhaiter bonne chance pour la finale.
Merci beaucoup.
So just to translate a little bit, William Racine, your heat number 1 winner in the Sportsman, he was mentioning that yeah, it's a great start for his night here, winning the event, but he's thanking everyone to be here tonight in the stands, and hopefully they'll be able to translate his success to the 50 laps. He had some issues with some flats and other bad luck, so hopefully for him, he's able to finish the 50 lap event tonight. Heat number 2 on the Speedway, Tim.
Number 2 is on the Speedway. Robert Delorme from the point, the 1X, along with the 44 of Jonathan Ferguson. Row 2, it's Gabe Sear in the 94 with the 78 of Dale Gifford. Jared Herbison, the 38, inside row 3 with Jason Rose in the 18. Final row, Jill Goddard in the 65. Last night's winner at Brockville, the 52 of Jessica Power. Green light set to come on at the Wired Audio Fire Zone in turn number 4. Robert Delorme, Jonathan Ferguson will lead him to green, and we are going to stay caution here. Everybody has to be in 2x2 formation when we get to that Wired Audio sign, and Robert Delorme is the control car. He opted for the inside lane. He was quick time in group number 2, and quick time there to 14.403. As heat number 3 for our next level home improvement sportsman division, waiting in the wings, ready to get out on the racetrack for their 8-lap heat event. And we are just about set, ready to go racing as Robert Delorme and Jonathan Ferguson will bring us to the line underway. Quickly into turns 1 and 2 goes your leader. It's Robert Delorme down the back straightaway. Jonathan Ferguson, 2 wins on the season. He won here last week, and he is strong as ever coming off the corner. He'll try to clear Robert Delorme. Couldn't quite do it as they work through turns 1 and 2. And Ferguson a little bit loose coming into turn number 2. Opens the door for Gabe Sear to try to go up to the top side. Jared Herbison there for 4th. And I mentioned Jill Goddard. He started 7th. Well, he's already up to the top 5. Getting around Dale Gifford for spot number 5. He'll clear him into turn number 1 and go after the top 4 at the moment as they're working down the back straightaway. Robert Delorme, the Dig Race Products, Thompson Motorsports ride. Working it off the top side of corner number 4 and down across the line. Jared Herbison in the battle now for position number 3 as Herbison down low trying to get by the 94 of Sear off of turn number 2. That didn't quite work. Behind them it's Goddard in 5th, followed by Jason Rose, Jessica Power, and Dale Gifford across the line. 4 down, 4 to go, already halfway home in this one to Robert Delorme. Looking pretty strong right now as he takes his ride all the way up to the top side of the racetrack. Battle is on for second as Gabe Sear to the inside lane trying to get by Ferguson for the 2 spot. And he will do just that down in front. So Gabe Sear on the move lane to going with 3 laps left to go. Jonathan Ferguson, Jared Herbison, and Jill Goddard. That's still your top 5 as Robert Delorme pretty much in a class of his own right now. The Dig Race Products, Thompson Motorsports ride. Working it down the front straightaway with 2 laps to go. Gabe Sear still there in second, 44 Ferguson in third. The 38 of Jared Herbison right there in spot number 4. The top 4 broken away by about 5 car lengths over Goddard as the battle for 6 heating up now between Jessica Power and Jason Rose with Dale Gifford completing it. Final time to turns 1 and 2 and Robert Delorme brings it down the back straightaway, holds about a 3 car length advantage over Gabe Sear, and that is how these drivers are going to finish this one up. Robert Delorme gets the victory in heat number 2, followed by Gabe Sear, Jonathan Ferguson Anderson, Jared Herbison, Jill Goddard, Jason Rose, Jessica Power, and Dale Gifford. So that will do it for heat race number 2. Heat 2 in the books, heat 3 ready to roll trackside next. But first of all, we are going to go down trackside and get a few words with winner of heat race number 2 in the Sportsman, Robert Delormier, Martin Belanger, there to greet him.
Robert Delormier, a tough feat with these guys, but a strong showing in heat number 2 here tonight at Cornwall.
I couldn't hear what you said, but
It was a strong showing in heat number 2 for you here tonight at Cornwall. It's a tough group of sportsmen.
yeah, it's a lot of tough fast cars out there. You got to be on your A game out here with these guys. Every little tenth or 0.2 of a second really matters in this division. Car was good, track slick and smooth, just the way I like it. So we'll see what happens here.
We're looking forward to the 50-lap event tonight.
Yeah.
All right, good luck.
Thanks.
So your heat winner here tonight, Robert Delormier, always one of the good runners here in the Sportsman as we're getting ready to send heat number 3 on the Speedway.
Robert Delormier will head to the scales. Those of you watching on 360nitro.tv, the King, Ron Moran, has showed up in his world-famous golf cart down on the front straightaway. It wouldn't be a party without the King here in attendance tonight. As Ryan Stabler goes from the pole to 77, how about Denny Ford? What a job he did in qualifying outside row number 1 in the 82. Row number 2, a couple of drivers know each other very well. The 35 of Thomas Cook with the 1 hour of Ricky Thompson. Back there in row 3, it's Dominic Merkley in the 78, the 18 of Kalen Draper. And Bentley Gray in car number 9, completing the rest of your field. Drivers are ready to get it going in heat race number 3 as heat number 1 for the 358 Modifieds is waiting in the staging area, ready to go. 8 laps the distance. Green lights are on. We're underway. Ryan Stabler jumps out to the lead. Denny Ford gets pounded into the wall, bounces off of Bentley Gray, and that great qualifying run he had is all for naught now as he is way back in the field. But up in front, Ryan Stabler didn't get caught up in any of that mess. He is driving away down in front. As Thomas Cook holding on to position number 2, the 1 hour of Ricky Thompson, being chased by Kalen Draper in the 18, along with the 78 of Dominic Merkley, as Bentley Gray and now Denny Ford starts to come back towards the front of the field as we click off lap number 2. Ryan Stabler in full control of the field right now. 4-car length advantage down the back straightaway for the 77 of Stabler. Into turn number 3 and 4 they go. Ryan, third place effort last week, trying to get into victory lane for the first time in 2020. He's run strong all season long. Second place on July 25th, third last week. Can only go up from there as the halfway sign is out. 4 down, 4 to go for Stabler. Thomas Cook holding on to spot number 2, about a half straightaway behind in second. Third is Ricky Thompson. Fourth, good battle going on now between the 78 of Dominic Merkley and the 18 of Kalen Draper as they dice it up for 4th and 5th at the moment. Down across the line, Stabler still in command of it. Battle is on for position number 4 and 5. Dominic Merkley using one of the old school lines around this speedway, put a couple of tires up in the infield and trying to run down Kalen Draper, and it seems like it's working for him. Draper there on the high side. We got 2 laps left to go. But Ryan Stabler, he is pretty much checked out. He's driving away from the field, and he's had a strong race car all night long. The RSI Industrial, Plumping Up Aesthetics, number 77, works it off at turn number 4 and across the line. White flag in the air for Ryan Stabler. Makes his way through turns 1 and 2. All he's got to do is get down the back straightaway and work through 3 and 4 rather cleanly, which he should have no problem doing. And he does just that. Ryan Stabler into victory lane in heat race number 3. Thomas Cook will cross in second. Ricky Thompson comes home in the number 3 spot. Kalen Draper, Dominic Merkley the top 5. Then it's Bentley Gray and Denny Ford. So that does it for the Next Level Home Improvement Sportsman Division, as the 358 Modifieds will be ready to roll trackside for heat race number 1. But as he makes his way off of turn number 4, we're going to go down and talk to Ryan Stabler after winning heat race number 3 in the Sportsman. He's with Martin Belanger.
Thank you, Tim. I'll speak to Ryan Stabler. Ryan, under strong run here at Cornwall, winner of heat number 3. Looking forward to that 50-lap event.
Yeah, it's hopefully a track, misses this rain that might hit us. And the track's real nice right now, and hopefully it stays slick and we can have a lot of fun tonight.
And you have some good races here this year again, and I'm pretty sure you look forward to talk to me again in that winner's circle tonight.
You bet.
All right.
Well, good luck for tonight. So Ryan Stabler, you're heat number 3, a winner here tonight. One of the
Good runners
here in the Sportsman's. As Tim was mentioning, we're getting ready for heat number 1 of 3 for the modifieds.
358 modifieds ready to roll to the speedway as Matthew Desjardins, Sorel Tracy Quebec will lead him down to the green on the 37 outside of Steve Bernier, winner last night at Brockville. Row 2, second at Brockville last night, the S&W Service Center, number 6 of Matt Williamson to his outside, the Ray Bells Plumbing 66. That's Kyle Dingwall out of Iroquois. Row 3, it's Louis Jackson Jr. in the number 18. With Yamaska Quebec's Kevin Amell aboard the 13. Final row, it's Welland Ontario's Dalton Slack in the 3RS, the 96 of JF Corriveau. 10 laps. First of 3 heats in the 315 modifieds at the Laird Audience. The turns 1 and 2, everybody fighting for that bottom lane. Matthew Desjardins, Steve Bernier, and Matt Williamson find it first, and they drive away. Although Williamson decides he's going to step it up on the line and try to get around Steve Bernier. He tried this a bunch last night at Brockville. There's no contest tonight. He drives right around Bernier to pick up second as their leader. Matthew Desjardins working it off the bottom side of the speedway. Former Durkar Sportsman champion 2 times over is in a battle right now with the defending Super Durkar Series champion. Williamson on the top side going into turn number 1. Williamson pokes his nose out in front of the field for the first time tonight at lap number 2, and he will clear Desjardins down into turns 3 and 4. Cross the line, Williamson grabs the lead down in front as they head up through turns 1 and 2, and that extreme outside lane is the quick way around, and Williamson sets his ride up through the middle portion of turns 3 and 4, and he'll drive it up to the cushion, coming off of corner number 4 and across the line. 4 laps down in this 10-lap heat event, 6 more to go. Heat race number 2, winning in the wings. It's Williamson, Desjardins, Bernier, Kyle Dingwall, and Louis Jackson, your top 5. Halfway home, 5 down, 5 more to go. Williamson shows no signs of letting up. And Steve Bernier looking to find some running room on the extreme outside lane to run down Matthew Desjardins for the 2 spot. Bernier closes quickly into turn number 3 as Desjardins pulls that extreme inside lane. Bernier is going to go the opposite direction. He sees the line that Williamson's running, and he knows he's got a good enough car to go up there, and he's going to try it again. He'll drive it deep into the corner this time, trying to pull even turns with Desjardins into turn number 3 and 4. But Desjardins finding some extra bite down the extreme inside lane. 3 laps to go. This is the best battle on the racetrack right now as Williamson is checked out on the field. Battle still on for the 2 spot as Desjardins has it for the moment. Bernier pulls even once again in turns 3 and 4 with 2 to go. And they're still wheel to wheel down the front straightaway. Good battle for second. Kyle Dingwall wants to steal one from 4th as Louis Jackson, Dalton Slack, JF Corriveau, and Kevin Amell complete your field. White flag in the air this time by for Matt Williamson. Stickdale Racing Products, S&W Service Center, number 6 machine. Oh my, Steve Bernier gives Desjardins a shot at the backside. Let's get it going here. But into turn number 3, it's all Matt Williamson. He'll collect the win in heat number 1. Battle on for second. Bernier around the top side, and it'll be Steve Bernier to second. 37 of Desjardins will cross in third, followed by Kyle Dingwall, Louis Jackson, Dalton Slack, JF Corriveau, and Kevin Amell. Well, he's been dominant here at Cornwall when he shows up, and another heat win as the defending Super Durkar Series champion Matt Williamson will meet up with Martin Belanger in Victory Lane. Mark?
Thanks, Tim. Matt Williamson, you made the topside
work, and you won the heat number 1 here at Cornwall.
Yeah, pretty good around the outside. Everybody seemed to fight for the bottom around the start, and figured we had to go where they were if we were going to win the heat race.
Hopefully you're expecting to win another one here tonight at Cornwall.
We'll see. Tough competition here. It's just like anywhere else we go. There's a lot of good local cars, and we'll just try and do our best to be there at the end.
All right, good luck for tonight.
Thank you.
So Matt Williamson,
your heat number 1 winner. Just ask him. He's looking to get a second win here at Cornwall this season. As you probably listened to his answer, a tough field here tonight, and he said everyone was fighting for the bottom. So he tried the top and that worked for him. So heat number 2 on the speedway, Tim.
Great job down trackside, Mart. As always, heat number 2 on track. Defending track champion here at Cornwall. That's Corey Wheeler in the 47. Fat Last chip stand ride. To his outside, the man who won here on June 6th to start the season off, Danny Gagne in the 90. Row 2, it's Mario Claire. He's got a win here on June 28th with Paul St. Sever in the 37. Brian McDonald, the 151 with Gary Lindbergh in the 37S, third at Brockville last night. Final row, it's the 85 with Tyler Javot, Joey Lannister in the 23. Second of 3 heats in the 358 modified is Green. Into turn number 1, Corey Wheeler once again down on the low lane. He'll drift it up to the middle and up to the top side down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Here comes Mario Claire looking for running room on the bottom. He'll try to get around Danny Gagne for the 2 spot. This guy brings to the line pretty much even at the stripe for the 2 spot. Paul St. Sauveur watches this battle right behind them in 4th as Gary Lindbergh now up into the top 5. The Jacasa Motor Speedway 37 machine jumping up into the top 5 for the first time tonight with Slim, Rogue, and Joey Lannister completing it. 2 laps are complete in this second heat race for the modifieds, and Corey Wheeler is driving away already. Healthy advantage as Mario Claire there in position number 2 as he brings it down across the line. Claire there for second. Gary Lindbergh just drove around Danny Gagne like he was stopped on the front straightaway, and Lindbergh now up to the top 3 as they hustle down the back straightaway. Battle on for 4th now. Paul St. Sever trying to move in as Brian McDonald setting sail on the top side. The man who celebrated a birthday this weekend holding on position number 6. Joey Lannister and Tyler Javot continue to complete the field. We're going to be halfway home this time by 5 down, 5 to go. Corey Wheeler, the man in control, 2019 track champion, 1 win at Cornwall last year in 2019. En route to that track title, holds the lead, running the extreme outside lane by a straightaway now over the 22 of Mario Claire, who's going to have some company right now in the form of Gary Lindbergh, as Lindbergh is making that machine work comfortably on the top side of the speedway. See him roll through the middle portion of turn number 1, drifted up to the top side in corner number 2, and close in on Claire, and he does big time through turns 3 and 4, but they're all teasing Wheeler once again. Wheeler nice and smooth through turns 1 and 2. Watch for Gary Lindbergh. Now Mario Claire knows that Lindbergh is there, trying to take his rhythm away just a little bit, and he does just that. Gary Lindbergh now has to figure out some sort of a strategy to get around Claire. As they come down to the line with 2 laps to go, battle on for second and third as Paul St. Sever continues to ride in 4th. Danny Gagne there for 5th, and it's Joey Lannister, Brian McDonald, and Tyler Javot. But right now, Corey Wheeler in a class of his own right now. That last chip stand 47 has the straightaway advantage over Claire and Gary Lindbergh. As he goes down the back straightaway, dominant performance for the man out of Cornwall, Ontario, Canada. He'll set it up on the bottom side of the speedway, roll through the middle, and roll to victory lane. In heat number 2, Corey Wheeler takes the victory. Second will be Mario Claire. Gary Lindbergh crosses in 3rd. Paul St. Sever in 4th. Danny Gagne at the line for 5th. Joey Lannister, Brian McDonald, and Tyler Javot will complete the rest of your field. Great run there for Corey Wheeler. Picks up his 4th heat win of the season. And a great run there for Wheeler. The Fat Last Chip Stand 47S is rolling pretty good tonight. Just like Matt Williamson did in heat number 1. He dominated, and he's down in victory lane with Martin Belanger. Martin, take it away.
Thank you, Tim. I'll speak to Corey Wheeler.
Wheeler, heat number 4 this season for you. All the locals have been a little bit struggling against all the invaders and defeater. Looking to change that tonight here?
I'm hoping so. The track's beautiful. Hopefully the weather dries off. Hats off to the track crew. It's just like a skating rink out here. It's perfectly smooth. We'll see. You know, we're getting invaded by a lot of good drivers. It'd be nice to defend home turf if we can.
Pretty sure you're looking forward to visit this winner circle this year.
No, I think some of the guys like Lindbergh and Matty and Bernie and those guys are really hard to beat, but if we can put it all together, I think we can do it.
All right, so good luck tonight, Corey.
Thank you.
Well, Corey Wheeler looking to defend here tonight at the Speedway as our track champion, as Tim, you were mentioning, win number 4 for Corey, as we're looking forward to heat number 3 for the modifieds.
Heat race number 3, third and final heat for the modifieds on track. Luke Whitaker will start on the pole. The 38 will be outside of him, the one of David Hebert, last week's feature winner. Jan Bussière, the Sharkman, goes from spot number 3 in the inside, the 21, the 124 of Martin Pelletier. Tristan Draper in the 17, along with the 15 of Brianna Lannister. Chris Raby in the 01, the 23 of Mike Stacy. Green light set to come on at the Wired Audio Fire Zone in turn number 4. Green light set, we're underway. David Hebert rolls the middle, slides it to the top, drives off the back straightaway with the lead in turn number 3. Luke Whitaker relegated to second. Here comes the Sharkman down on the low lane, trying to take off second. Working lap number 1. Pelletier now in 4th. Brianna Lannister jumps it up to the top side of the racetrack, trying to get around the 17 of Tristan Draper for the 5 spot, with Chris Raby and Mike Stacy completing your field. Everybody working around the bottom. But right now, Brianna Lannister making up some time in that outside lane. As we got debris on the back straightaway. If there's a camera on that over there in turn number 3 from 360nitro.tv, you can see that white piece of debris over there in the back stretch. Caution lights are on. This has been the only caution so far for the modified heats here tonight. Scheduled to come up next will be the one and only mini stock heat of the evening. In the assist to sell mini stock division, 1 heat for 6 laps, and then we'll go to a couple of heat races for our karting division, and then the vintage for 20 lap feature go. Green light set to come back on, 2 down, easy to go. There hits the green flag, jumps into the lead in turn number 1. 38 of Whitaker, Bussière back there in position number 3. Here comes Brianna Lannister down on the low lane. She's trying to pick off 4th from Martin Pelletier into turns 3 and 4. And Brianna side by side with Pelletier again into turn number 1. Chris Raby and Tristan Draper dicing it up for 6th and 7th at the moment, as Mike Stacy's watching that battle from spot number 8. Meanwhile, David Hebert, Luke Whitaker, and Jan Bussière, top 3 nose to tail down the low lane. Whitaker steps up to the middle, trying to find some sort of running room up there, but he's losing some ground, and David Hebert has stretched the lead out to about 3 car lengths as they head into turns 3 and 4 and across the line. 5 laps down, 5 more to go. Battle is on now for second is Jan Bussière, trying to close in and get that spot away as they work it down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Bussière working on Whitaker for second. He may have a look down low this time coming off the corner. Can't quite get the run down the front straightaway. He'll settle in behind him in spot number 2 down the back straightaway. Now they're even down into turn number 3, and the Sharkman pulls to the inside lane as the Iroquois Outlaw trying to fight him off down in front of Whitaker, and Bussière having it out for positions 2 and 3, and now Bussière takes it over coming off the corner as Brianna Lannister watches from 4th, and Martin Pelletier rounds out the top 5. 2 to go for David Hebert, great Canadian champion, 6th on the all-time Dirt Car 350 modified win list after his win last week with 126 small block modified victories on the dirt car circuit alone off of turn number 4. White flag in the air for David Hebert. This battle for second has been a great one all race long. Yet Bussière has that spot. Luke Whitaker trying to take it back from him into turns 1 and 2 rather, and down the back straightaway. Whitaker, not much he can do. Checkered in the air, and David Hebert picks up the win, and he ranks number 3, followed by the 21 of Bussière, 38 of Luke Whitaker. Brianna Lannister comes home 4th, Martin Pelletier 5th, Tristan Draper, Chris Raby, and Mike Stacy. So the 358 modified heats are complete. David Hebert collects heat number 3 here on the evening, and he's headed down into Victory Lane, and he'll have a quick talk with Martin Belanger. Martin, take it away.
David Hebert, on continue les bons succès. On a gagné ici la semaine passée. On amène la voiture One payée Chevrolet dans la victoire ici dans le 3e qualifié pour la finale de 50 tours.
Ouais, on va surtout d'avoir une bonne voiture. Vu que la condition de la piste va être très glissante. Fait que quelques requins qui, comme Matt Williamson qui sont très rapides là-dessus. Fait qu'on va essayer de se donner une bonne voiture. Puis d'être là pour la fin, je pense que c'est ça qui va être important.
So David Hebert, looking as he was mentioning, he mentioned the name of Matt Williamson. That's one of the sharks here tonight for on a slick track like we have right now. But He says that his team will make all the necessary adjustments to bring that one car, the winner circle tonight, but there's a tough field of modifieds. But right now we're focusing on our mini stock as we have one heat getting ready to hit the speedway, Tim.
Mini stock heat rolling trackside right now. 6 laps is going to be the scheduled distance tonight. Those of you tuned in to 360nitro.tv, we welcome you to the Cornwall Motor Speedway. Those of you just getting here to the racetrack tonight in attendance, we welcome you. The CMS, Timmy Baltz, Martin Belanger calling all the action for you here tonight. The assist to sell mini stocks on track. Well, it's going to be J.C. Bouchard making his first start of the year in the 30, alongside of James Clark on a Hawkesbury in the number 2X machine. Alexis Charbonneau off of a win Friday night in sport compact action at Granby, alongside of Sylvain Charette in the number 60. Justin Jodway, defending mini stock champ in the 22. Mike Gaucher in the number 3, and Brandon McMillan out of Ottawa in the number 23. The green flag is out. We are off and running. And it should become no surprise, the red 2X of James Clark jumps into the race lead down the back straightaway. Sylvain Charette back there in position number 2. The La Prairie, Quebec native holding on to second. Mike Gaucher from right here in Cornwall is third. Now across the stripe to go. Lap number 1 is in the books right now. And James Clark, who did not compete last night at Brockville, wanted to save his ride for tonight. And it's proved effective right now as Mike Gaucher trying to look to the inside on Sylvain Charette for position number 2, as the 49 of Alexis Charbonneau up to spot number 4 brings Justin Jodway right there with him to 5th, with J.C. Bouchard and Brandon McMillan completing the rest of their field. Down the back straightaway they go into turn number 3, and the 2 of Clark well out in front right now, have straightaway lead. 3 down, 3 more to go here in the one and only heat for the assist to sell mini stock division. Clark this season has not won a qualifying heat race here at Cornwall. Amazing with all the features he's won this year. He has not won a qualifying heat race yet, but he could probably change that tonight. 2 to go this time by for Clark. Mike Gaucher, who has a heat win already this season. Alexis Charbonneau, he leads all drivers in the heat category with 3 heat wins this season. Down the back stretch into turn number 3. White flag will be displayed this time by, and James Clark on a mission here tonight to drive away and trying to claim another feature win tonight, but right now he's just trying to get his first heat win of 2020 out of the way. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3, and a dominant performance of the man out of Hawkesbury, Ontario, Canada. James Clark will pick up the win. Mike Gaucher will cross in second, followed by Alexis Charbonneau. He'll cross in third. Justin Jodway, J.C. Bouchard, Sylvain Charette, and Brandon McMillan will complete the rest of your field. And just like that, the mini stocks are complete. So Clark will make his way down the front straightaway into Victory Lane here, and he'll have a quick chat with Martin Belanger down trackside with 360nitro.tv. Mark, take it away.
Thank you, Tim. I'll go speak to James Clark. James, quite a year for you in 2020. It's a weird year for everyone, but for you on the track, it equals success.
Yeah, I mean, like I was telling Tim a couple weeks ago in Brockville, it was too bad, there's no championship this year, because, I think we'd have a really good shot at it. We're just ready. Car's been great this year. Last week we had a little bit of an issue, but, me and my team, we worked really hard, to get the car going this week, so we can be here, and I mean, it's starting out to a good start, so we're having fun. We're good.
All right, so good luck for tonight.
Thanks.
Well, James Clark, your 8th winner in the mini stock division. As all our heats are done, Tim, for on the big track. Now we'll focus on the small track as we have the senior stock class doing their heat session, and then we'll come back right away for our first of 4 feature events on the big track. So, Tim, back up to you.
Well, Martin, great job down there trackside as always, as the heat racing action is going to shift over to the kart track for the time being, and doesn't look like we will be having to do much to the big track over here as far as maintenance goes. Maybe a little spray of water around the top side or around the bottom to give us a couple of good racing grooves for our 250 lap features coming up after intermission. Of course, we will be having the 20 lap vintage feature after the go-karts get through with their qualifying heats over there. And of course, we'll recap what's happened so far here tonight. Those who are just joining us here at the Speedway, we welcome you here. And those just joining us on 360nitro.tv, glad you could be here with us, at least on the interweb is concerned, if you're able to make it on there. Glad you could join us tonight as the fast times tonight in time trials for the 358 modified division. It went to Mathieu Desjardins tonight, 14:1:21. Fast time in timed hot laps for sportsmen, which set the heat lineups. It was William Racine at a 14:3:35. Qualifying heat wins tonight in the modified ranks: Matt Williamson, Corey Wheeler, and David Hebert. Sportsman division, the next level home improvement sportsman class: William Racine, Robert Delorme, and Ryan Stabler. The vintage division brought to you by Polite Sand and Gravel. Josh Powers and Pat Charlin were heat winners this evening. And as you just saw in the assist to sell mini stock ranks, it was James Clark picking up the checkered flag here in the mini stock heat event. Want to thank Les Winters and his entire staff and crew from Fat Les Chip Stand. And thank you for all that you do for racing here at Cornwall and helping local racers out and giving them the opportunity to live out their dream to go racing every week. Of course, this event is in memory of Jean Winters, and I know she's got a pretty good seat to watch the racing action tonight as the first heat for the carts is in the record books now. Checkered flag over there as heat number 2 will be rolling to the track quickly, and then the vintage will roll to the Speedway for their 20-lap feature go tonight. So the final heat for the stock heavy division on the kart track taking place over there, and we will be just about set to go racing with the vintage division when they come to the Speedway for their 20-lap feature go. And once again, I apologize, correction on the name. It was Joan Winters, not Jean, Joan Winters, who we lost recently over the off season. And Les, thank you very much for coming up and correcting me on that one. And hardly missed a race here in about 40 seasons, so she was definitely a super fan here at the Cornwall Motor Speedway, and we miss her dearly for sure. And there you see over in turn number 4, last night's winner at Brockville, Jessica Power, surveying the action over there. Hi Jess, nice to see you. Hi Sean. I believe Jess put the hot setup in and Sean just said, yes dear, let's do that. And it seemed to work out okay. They collected a win last night at Brockville. First time since June 22nd of 2013, as I had documented in my press release this morning. She had competed mainly at the Fulton Speedway on Saturday nights for the last few seasons, and pandemic or not, she had planned on coming back to Brockville to run weekly and picking up a win last night. On 360nitro.tv. We're going to go racing 20 laps for the vintage as Jason looks the field over. Josh Powers and Ryan Como bring him to green, and we're underway. Off of corner number 2, Josh Powers jumps into the race lead down the back straightaway. Through turns 3 and 4, Ryan Como and Jason Powers going at it for second and third. And oh my, Ryan Como and Jason Powers got a little bit too close there in the front stretch. Opens the door for Steve Billings to try to take advantage and pick up third at least. Down the back chute, watch for Tim McCollum in the 09. He is closing quickly on these drivers in front of him. Down in front they go. The 73 of Powers in command of the field by 3 car lengths. It's a father-son duo at the front of the field right now as Jason trying to run down his son Josh for the lead. Off corner number 4, down across the line go our leaders. 5 car length advantage for Josh Powers right now. Dad Jason back there in second with Ryan Como, Steve Billings, and Tim McCollum completing the top 5. As behind them, Randy Gaudette in the Brian Billings number 3 machine, trying to fend off the 75 of Pete Stafford for the number 6 spot. Chad Lackey is 8th. Back there in 9th is Kayla Charlin. Pat Charlin completes the top 10 with Tim Charlin. Oh, and Brian Powley out of shape in corner number 2. He brings it back on, but just about lost the handle over there. As the move-over flag coming out for a couple of the 50s and 60s cars. 5 laps are complete in this 20-lap feature go. And it is a father-son battle for the race lead. Josh with the lead. Jason right there behind him in second. As behind them, Ryan Como trying to fend off Steve Billings and Tim McCollum for spots 4 and 5 at the moment. Off corner number 2, keeping our eye on the battle for spot number 3, 4, and 5. It's a pretty good one right now. Como has the 3rd spot. Steve Billings on the bottom trying to take it away from him. And they're wheel to wheel down the front straightaway. Billings not able to take advantage of it into turn number 1. Tim McCollum trying to work his way past these 2 drivers in front of him. He thinks he's got a good enough race car to go up and challenge for the lead here. And it looks like he may have a faster car than Steve Billings and Ryan Como at the moment. 8 laps are down, 12 to go. Still it's Josh Powers over Jason into turns 3 and 4. The son leads the father right now, but both drivers have feature wins in that particular 53 machine. Josh won here earlier this season, and Jason put it into victory lane the very next week. So right now, Josh Powers trying to get a win in his own 73 ride. Good battle still going on for third between Ryan Como and Steve Billings. Billings again trying to work that inside lane. Tim McCollum trying to figure out which lane to go here. As they click off lap number 11, it is all Josh Powers at the moment. Jason sitting there in second going, what have I got to do to get around him? Well, this might help. Lap traffic coming into play as Tim Charlin right in front of our race leader. And here comes Jason Powers trying to close in on Josh for the lead. Off corner number 4, Josh able to get away from the traffic. Gets on by the 12 of Tim Charlin and the 11 of Audie Bedard. So now he's got a clear racetrack in front of him for about the next straightaway or so. Off corner number 2 and down the backstretch, keeping our eye on the battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And Steve Billings has gotten around Ryan Como. Now Tim McCollum comes up to challenge. He'll drive by Como down the front chute on the bottom to pick up spot number 4. So Timmy McCollum on the charge here late in the going. 6 laps left to go, and Josh Powers is in full control. Despite the lap traffic, he's been able to distance himself from his dad back there in the 2nd spot. Jason Powers holding on to 2nd. 3rd is still Steve Billings. 4th is Tim McCollum. 5th is still Ryan Como. Randy Gaudette is 6th on the Brian Billings number 3 machine. 7th is Pete Stafford. 8th to Chad Lackey. 9th is a battle between Pat and Kayla Charlin as they round out the top 10. But right now, lap traffic coming into play as your leaders working on some of the 50s and 60s cars towards the back of the field. 4 to go for Josh Powers. Into turn number 1 and 2. Josh trying to find the way around as Kayla and Pat Charlin side by side with him into turn number 3. Josh shows the wheels, and Pat and Kayla not giving him any room out there. They're going to make him get by him some way, shape, or form. Into turn number 1, Jason is loving this because right now he's able to figure out a way to get around him. And now Josh Powers with a great move to the bottom. He'll get by the lap traffic in turns 3 and 4. We'll have 2 laps left to go this time by. 2 to go. Josh Powers trying to figure out a way through the traffic. Jason trying to figure out a way to run his son down and get the feature win. Down the back straightaway, they clear Brian Powley into turn number 3. Josh goes to the bottom of Chris Lackey in turns 3 and 4. White flag to be displayed this time by. Josh and Jason Powers, father-son battle in the vintage 20-lap feature as they hustle down the back straightaway. Checkered flag ready to wave this time by. And finally, Josh Powers out of Athens, Ontario gets his first win in his own car and second of the season. Josh Powers with the win. Jason will come home in second, third. Coming off of turn 4 now is Steve Billings. Tim McColeman crosses in fourth, and Ryan Como will complete the top 5 here tonight. In the vintage division, brought to you by Polite Sand and Gravel, and congratulations to Josh Powers, his second win of 2020 here at Cornwall and first in his own car. Keep in mind, a few weeks ago, he jumped in his dad's number 53 and took the feature win. But Josh gets the better of Jason here tonight in the father-son battle for the feature win here at Cornwall. 360nitro.tv will be headed down trackside. Martin Belanger will be headed down there to get a word with our feature winner as the 358 modifieds are lining up. We are going to call off the karting event here tonight and try to get the full show for the cars in the record books tonight, as regular karting action will be taking place on Tuesday night as usual. Right now it's all about Josh Powers. It was a green to checkered run there, no cautions in this event, as Josh Powers rolls it into victory lane, second win of the season in the vintage, and Martin Belanger down there to greet him.
Thank you, Tim. As you were mentioning, for him with his car here at the Speedway, but second win this season. Deuxième victoire pour Josh Powers cette saison à Cornwall, sa première avec sa propre voiture. Performance sans faille pour Powers ici qui va remporter la victoire dans la Vintage Super Series. So the winner in the Vintage Super Series, Josh Powers. He's removing all the safety equipment. He'll be ready to come and speak to me. Just a few quick words as the modifieds are currently lining up with some inclement weather here. And he's out of the car, the 73 of Josh. Josh, you brought
Your own car here tonight. Congratulations on your win here. A perfect night. You won your heat, and now you're the feature winner. Your dad was right behind you. A lot of action in that 20-lap caution-free event.
Yeah, that's a huge monkey off my back. I've won quite a few races, but never beat him. So this is a good night for sure.
This car seems to be really strong. It's a great-looking car as well. So must be pretty happy of all the results with this new machine.
Yeah, it was actually a frame 2 weeks ago, and I was going to run my dad's car, and then we decided we were going to put it together, and I'm happy we did.
Anyone you would like to thank for this great win?
Oh yeah, I got to thank my girlfriend. She works with me every night on it. My dad too. He without them I definitely couldn't do it. So
congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
So Josh Powers, your Vintage Super Series feature winner here tonight. Just for our friends on 360 Nitro, je vais traduire quelque peu. Josh Powers qui remporte la victoire, sa première avec cette voiture-là. Très heureux, il mentionne, il dit on enlève beaucoup de pression en remportant la victoire ce soir. Lui qui voulait battre son père depuis un bout de temps. Puis là, il a réussi ce soir en remportant la victoire. Donc, Josh Powers qui mentionnait que cette voiture-là, il y a 2 semaines, la voiture était encore en pièces. Donc, on a réussi à bâtir cette voiture-là. Puis, on le voit avec sa conjointe ici. Il dit que c'était un gros support de sa part et puis de son père et plusieurs membres d'équipe. Donc, Josh Powers qui remporte la victoire. So, Tim, we're getting ready for the 50-lap event in the modifieds as we are doing just the final preparations for this great event.
And Mother Nature has decided to come back to us here. And we're going to once again just stand by really quickly. According to our weather radar up here, it is just a light shower, so those of you who have to cross the racetrack, just be careful. And Pat Charland is credited with the 50s and 60s feature win tonight. So congratulations to Pat. And Josh Powers, of course, credited with the overall victory and the 70s and 80s feature win. At all these events, they run both divisions together and they're scored separately. We'll be back there, another full program in store. The final points races are starting to heat up here, and the points are on the line. So going to give them a couple of laps under the caution here to get themselves accustomed to the speedway one more time. Once again, Mathieu Desjardins on the front row alongside of Yann Boussier, the 21. Row number 2, Mario Claire in the 22 with Steve Bernier in the 25. David Hebert goes from 5th on the 1 with the 47 of Corey Wheeler. Matt Williamson in the 6 along with Gary Lindbergh's 37. Row number 5, Luke Whitaker and Kyle Dingwall. Row number 6, Paul St. Sauveur in the 37 with Brianna Ladisser in car number 15B. Row number 7, it's Louis Jackson Jr. in the 90 of Danny Gagne, the 124 of Martin Pelche. Inside row number 8 with Dalton Slack in the 3RS. Row number 9, Joey Ladisser in the 23 with the 17 of Tristan Draper. Row number 10, JF Corbo in the 96, Brian McDonald's 151. Chris Rabby starts 21st in the 01 along with the 13 of Kevin Amell. Final row, it's Tyler Javogue, and alongside of him, it's Mike Stacey in the number 23 machine. Thank you again, ladies and gentlemen. 358 Modifieds on track and ready to go. The Sportsman Division, the Next Level Home Improvement Sportsman Division, ready to go next for 50 laps. They'll be winning in the wings and ready to go racing. Mini stocks will conclude it for 20 laps here tonight at Cornwall. Another couple of pace laps and we'll get these drivers under racing speed here. They've been sitting around waiting long enough. Mother Nature has stopped for a moment, so we are going to get back and go racing. Coming to white, this time by Jason Aikman, Director of Traffic Control, has the field in his hands right now. 50 laps of distance. All green flag laps will count. We will not count cautions. There will be one lucky dog or easy pass up for grabs under the caution flag. Driver one lap down to the race leader will get their lap back and be put on the tail end of the lead lap. Cornwall Motor Speedway pace truck heads for higher grounds in turn number 3. Mathieu Desjardins and Yann Boussier will lead them to green at the Wired Audio Fire Zone in turn number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, the 358 Modifieds are green. Quickly through 1 and 2, track very quick right now, and Mathieu Desjardins shows how fast it is. Jumps into the lead, Yann Boussier, Mario Claire dive into the bottom, he'll pick up. Boussier falls to third, Engineer fourth, and Steve Briggs completing the top 5 early on, working it down the back chute. The 37 of Mathieu Desjardins in control, off corner number 4 and across the line, fourth advantage already. Into turn number 1, then beyond the top 6 drivers. Luke Whitaker and Corey Wheeler dicing it up for a spot. Whitaker takes over position number 7 as in front of him a good tumble between 3 green drivers. Yann Boussier, Steve Bernier, Matt Williamson. Williamson on the racetrack as Boussier goes up the hill, allows for Bernier and Williamson to sneak on by. Meanwhile, battle for the 2 spot between Mario Claire and David Hebert. 2 drivers with feature wins here at Cornwall in 2020. 4 laps are complete. Mathieu Desjardins continues to score the way. Battle still on for second. These 2 drivers, David Hebert and Mario Claire, have been side by side for about the last 3 laps or so. And once again, still wheel to wheel into turn number 1. Behind them, Matt Williamson and Steve Bernier still hanging out for 4th and 5th as they head up into turn number 3. Now your leaders starting, or your 2nd and 3rd place cars starting to close in on Mathieu Desjardins. As Desjardins got a little bit wide going into turn number 1 and 2, almost lost it off the top side as Claire takes over position number 2. David Hebert back to the bottom, trying to charge back by for position number 2. Can't get the job done. They're still side by side for that spot. Meanwhile, Matt Williamson has cleared Steve Bernier. Oh, Mathieu Desjardins goes off the top side of corner number 2. It's now a 3-car battle for the race lead as they hustle to turn 3 and 4. And David Hebert loves the inside lane, trying to close in on Mathieu Desjardins. A great 3-car battle for the race lead, and the inside lane proves up to David Hebert to the lead. In turn number 3 and Desjardins, Mario Claire, Matt Williamson, and Steve Bernier. That's your top 5. As behind the leaders, Bernier getting some pressure from Luke Whitaker. 30 right there in spot number 6 as they lap by Mike Stacy in the 23. David Hebert starting to open up just a little bit. Claire is taking over second from Matthew Desjardins. Matt Williamson trying to find the way around Desjardins coming off on corner number 2. He has a look down on the inside, and Williamson will slide on by the former Dirt Car Sportsman champion. So Matt Williamson takes over position number 3, and he quickly goes after Mario Claire for position. The handling is obviously gone away from Matthew Desjardins' ride, as he has developed a big push out there. Dalton Slack and the 3RS are slowing to the outside of corner number 4. Yellow lights are on at lap number 12. So 12 laps complete, 38 more to go in this contest. So Dalton Slack, well in Ontario, Canada. He'll take his ride to the attention of Bob Slack and their crew. Diagnose the problem and hopefully be able to make it back out. David Hebert shows the way. Mario Claire still second. Matt Williamson, nice charge by him early on. He's up to third. Steve Bernier now fourth, and Luke Whitaker up into the top 5. The handling has started to go away on the Desjardins number 37 machine. He holds on to 6th. 7th is Corey Wheeler, Gary Lindbergh 8th, Kyle Dingwall 9th, and Danny Gagne is now 10th. Brianna Ladiseur, she's up to 11th, right about where she started. 12th is Martin Pelche, 13th Tristan Draper, 14th unofficially is Brian McDonald, 15th to Louis Jackson Jr., 16th to J.F. Corvo, 17th Joey Ladiseur, 18th Chris Rabby, 19th Tyler Javogan, 20th is Kevin Amell, Mike Stacy currently 21st unofficially. So we'll see if Dalton Slack can make his way back out on the speedway or not. Laps are complete at this time. And we're going to stay under caution. Field is double up and ready to go, but you know who has decided to make another appearance, so we're just going to hold this one out again. Jason Aikman says with the precipitation, it is actually pretty light up there, at least from our vantage point up here in the tower. So drivers have been instructed that we're going to go white this time, green next time by. Cars look like they're okay out there. So we will see what happens. White flag being displayed. We are going green next time by. So it'll be David Hebert and Mario Claire on the front row. Green lights are back on and away we go. Quickly off of corner number 2, David Hebert rockets back into the lead. And speaking of rockets, the rocket man, Mario Claire up to second. Here comes Matt Williamson to the bottom. Bringing in a battle with Luke Whitaker for position number 4. And Matt Williamson finds the fast lane around the bottom. He'll pick up position number 2 as David Hebert starts to open up the lead just a little bit as we click off lap number 14. Williamson now finds himself in second and trying to run down the race leader. Claire still third rather, followed by Luke Whitaker and Steve Bernier, the top 5. And here comes the defending track champion Corey Wheeler. The Midwest pit stand number 40. Number 6, he's trying to clear Steve Bernier off of corner number 2. Wheel to wheel down the back chute for the 5 spot. And the man out of Cornwall will take away position number 5 as it comes down the front straightaway in lap number 16. Top 2 drivers slow away from the field. In the meantime, Luke Whitaker has picked up the 3rd spot, getting it away from Mario Claire into turns 1 and 2 rather. They're battling back after each other in 3 and 4. As we click off lap 17 is still is there. 1 and 2 down the main straightaway. 3-car lengths is the separation between our top 2 drivers. As Hebert leads the way, 2-car length advantage this time by. Battle still on for 3rd though. Claire not backing down from Whitaker into turn number 1. Whitaker to the middle portion of the speedway as Claire trying to take the lowest line possible around this racetrack into turn number 3 and 4. Good battle going on for 3rd, 4th, and 5th as Luke. The 47S of Corey Wheeler has jumped up into the fight at last turn. Mile down into turn number 3 and 4. The battle is on for positions 1 and 2 as Hebert has it. Williamson trying to run him down into turn number 1. They left side like Stacey once again coming off of corner number 2. Hebert clears the whistle problem. Williamson goes on the same line in turn number 3 and 4 and he'll get by. So clear racetrack in front of the leaders at least for now. Their next driver that they'll try to put a lap down with Louis Jackson. They got about a straightaway to try to catch in and do that. And in the meantime, Williamson trying to size up David Hebert for a run at the lead as they come down across the line. 22 laps in the books right now, closing in on the halfway point. Luke Whitaker has cleared Mario Claire for position number 3. But he's got a straightaway to make up on the top 2 drivers in the moment. Off of turn number 4, David Hebert still in command, but Matt Williamson is chipping away at that lead. Much like we saw last night at Rockville with Matt Williamson, he nipped away at Steve Burney's lead only to lose it in the closing lap. Does not want that to happen here tonight. He's trying to stay within striking distance of Hebert as we work the lap traffic now. They'll close in on Luke Jackson Jr. as we close in on the halfway point of the feature event. 25 laps slowed down this time by 25 more to go. And the great Canadian champion looking to go back-to-back here in Cornwall. The man Williamson, he wants his first repeat winner of 2020 here in Cornwall. Right there in turn 3 and 4. Luke Whitaker right there closing in off of corner number 4. He's narrowed the gap to a half straightaway. Now Corey Wheeler up to 4th. Claire has dropped back to the 5 spot as Louis Jackson problems on the back straightaway. The number 18 slows considerably and to a near stop. It looks like there's some smoke coming out of the back of his ride. Yellow lights are on at lap 27. 27 down, 23 to go. David Hebert and Matt Williamson 1 and 2. Luke Whitaker 3rd. Corey Wheeler and Mario Claire the top 5 unofficially. So David Hebert will line up on the outside on this restart. Matt Williamson was closing in ever so slightly as the laps were clicking off there. Now we will see what happens as they're bunched up together. Luke Whitaker has been strong tonight as well in that 38 King Edward Auto Parts ride, the man out of Iroquois, Ontario. Right there in 3rd, Corey Wheeler and Mario Claire, the top 5. Green lights back on and we're underway. Great move there by Corey Wheeler. He jumps to the high lane, picks off the 3 spot. Now they're 3 wide for 4th. Claire, Steve Bernier, and Luke Whitaker after one another. And Mario Claire to the bottom. For 4th. Bernier wants to take in turn number 1, and he will get it as they work off of corner number 2. David Hebert has been able to fend off Matt Williamson for the number 1 spot. Now Williamson under attack from Corey Wheeler as they work it off of corner number 4 and down the front straightaway. Now the stars of Steve Bernier and Mario Claire diced it up for 4th and 5th. Gary Lindbergh coming up towards the top 5. He is now closed in and taking the 6th spot away from Luke Whitaker off of turn number 4. And now a battle going on amongst the second wins out there with Kyle Dingwall and Luke Whitaker for a position. Meanwhile, back up to the front of the field, it is still David Hebert in control. 3-car length advantage off of corner number 4 and across the line. 31 laps in the book. 19 left to go. David Hebert looks really strong. The St. Anne's Quebec native holding on to the lead, looking for career win number 127 in 358 modified competition in his dirt-car career. Matt Williamson trying to close in and take the spot away from Corey Wheeler. Not to be counted out of this one just yet. Wheeler started in position number 6. He's now 3rd. Steve Bernie trying to fend off fellow Quebec star Mario Claire. They work it up into turns 1 and 2 for 4th and 5th. Gary Lindbergh, Kyle Dingwall, and Luke Whitaker battling for 6th, 7th, and 8th. Tristan Draper and Chris Raby, a couple other good friends off the racetrack there. Fierce competitors on it are battling for 9th and 10th at the moment. As we work in lap number 34, it is David Hebert, the race leader. Weather is a factor for sure. Right now we're past the halfway point. 35 are complete, 15 to go, and Hebert trying to hold on to Matt Williamson as the defending Super Dirt Car Series champion. Knows that David Hebert is good here, but Matt has won here as well this season. Off of turn number 4 and across the line, 14 to go for David Hebert. Straightaway separating 2nd and 3rd right now as Matt Williamson has the 2-spot. Corey Wheeler losing touch with the leaders at the moment as Steve Bernier and Mario Claire 4th and 5th at the moment. Right now, 13 to go. Williamson stalking the one of David Hebert off of corner number 2. Williamson got a great drive that time down the back straightaway as they head into turn number 3 and 4 and across the line. 12 to go for David Hebert. Coming up in the lap traffic, they work on Mike Stacey once again as Stacey got the lucky dog on the last caution flag. He will go right down to the leaders. You see the David Hebert from the bottom, and Hebert will clear him down the front straightaway. Now Matt Williamson, the next driver to follow suit. Into turns 1 and 2, Williamson shows the wheels, and Stacey lets him go by with no problem. Still a 3-car length advantage right now for Hebert into turn number 3 and 4. 10 to go for the great Canadian champion. Corey Wheeler still 3rd. Steve Bernier, Mario Claire the top 5. Gary Lindbergh at 6th. 7th is Kyle Dingwall. Chris Raby is 8th. Luke Whitaker 9th. And the middle for 10th between Tristan Draper and Brian McDonald goes on. Meanwhile, your top 2 drivers are getting closer out there. David Hebert and Matt Williamson. Williamson has narrowed the gap to about 2.5 car lengths. Into turn number 3. Make it 1 car length now off on corner number 4 and across the line. 8 laps left to go. Traffic coming into play. Matt Williamson right there on the back doorstep. Behind him, Corey Wheeler still 3rd with Steve Bernier. Mario Claire completing the top 5. Williamson swings wide off of turn number 4. Looking to go to the high side of the speedway. Lap traffic in both lanes. Which lane do you go with? David Hebert looks like he's going to try the top side on Kevin Amell into turn number 3. Williamson on the bottom. Side by side across the line. Hebert still holds the top spot as they head up into turns 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Hebert trying to find the way around Kevin Amell. Kevin Amell trying to stay on the lead lap here as we work at lap 45. 5 to go for David Hebert. He clears Kevin Amell into turn number 1. Great moving lap traffic for David Hebert as they hustle down the back straightaway. Williamson doing all he can to run down David Hebert. Off of corner number 4, 4 to go for David Hebert. Can the great Canadian champion go back-to-back here at Cornwall? Matt Williamson would like to get his 2nd of the year. Into turn number 3 and 4, we've got 3 laps left to go and traffic is in play. Early race leader Matthew Desjardins goes the lap down to the leaders. We're going to have 2 to go when they come back to the line this time by. And David Hebert trying to find the way around Martin Peltier now. Into turn number 3, Williamson closes in. Off of point number 4, 2 to go for David Hebert. It's going to be a battle right down to the wire. This race is far from over with. Down the back straightaway, they're separated by less than a car length. Tyler Gibault right there in front of your leader. Here comes Williamson trying to deny him as they come down the back straightaway. Checkered flag waving, checkered in the air as they come down across the line. 2 in a row at Cornwall for David Hebert. Second will go to Matt Williamson again. Corey Wheeler will cross in position number 3, followed by Steve Bernie, and an unfortunate break. Mario Claire got caught in traffic on the front straightaway, costing him a top 5 finish. Gary Lindbergh moves to 5th at the checkered flag. What a run for David Hebert. Back-to-back wins, career win number 127 on the Dirt Car 358 modified win list. He broke the tie last week with Dave Hayslip at 125. He's now got 127 here tonight. David Hebert takes the win. Matt Williamson second. Corey Wheeler, Steve Bernier, Gary Lindbergh the top 5. Kyle Dingwall, Chris Raby, Luke Whitaker, Brian McDonald, and unofficially Tristan Draper the top 10. As David Hebert rolls it into the winner's circle here in the good folks of Fat Les Chip Stand on hand tonight. Les Winters and his entire crew. As Mark Belanger will be making his way down trackside to talk to our winner, David Hebert. It seemed like it took a long time because of Mother Nature to get this feature in, but we stuck with it, persevered, and it was worth the wait. David Hebert in victory lane once again. Martin Belanger is down there to greet him.
Thanks, Tim. Deuxième victoire consécutive pour David Hebert, qui l'a travaillé fort celle-là avec Matt Williamson derrière lui. Dame Nature qui nous a lancé plusieurs belles courbes ce soir, mais on a réussi à rentrer, les modifier. A lot of curveballs from our good friend Mother Nature here tonight, but right now, let's celebrate the one of David Hebert, your feature winner in the modifieds. S'entretenir avec David, deuxième victoire consécutive ici à Cornwall. David, on l'a travaillé celle-là, beaucoup de neutralisation, la pluie qui se met de la partie. Matt Williamson qui te suit de près, le trafic à la fin. Une belle course, deuxième victoire consécutive pour toi ici à Cornwall.
Oui, la voiture payée Chevrolet, carrière Sandier Dergenet, Coffrage Lévesque, les autres commanditaires, puis Langevin est sorti ce soir. La voiture elle est super bien. C'est sûr, quand je voyais Matt en arrière, je me disais, oups, ce qui va arriver dans l'encar à la fin, des fois, je sortais de ma ligne parce que la voiture allait super bien, mais tout s'est bien déroulé. Matt n'a pas passé, bon, une autre victoire, on est bien content.
La voiture, elle semblait aller bien un peu partout sur la piste, ça te donnait certains avantages. Williamson gardait toujours la même distance avec toi. Mais c'est ça, les derniers tours, là, un petit peu nerveux, mais tu as de l'expérience, c'est pas ta première victoire aussi. Là.
Non, c'est ça, dans la fin, dans les cars 85, on ne savait pas trop ce qui était pour s'en aller, fait que je savais pas trop où me protéger, mais j'ai gassé le bas, ça a bien été. Je pense que Matt, il virait où moi je tournais, fait que on avait une voiture qui pouvait aller partout, fait que on est bien heureux de ça.
Donc, félicitations pour ta victoire, David.
Merci aux gens de Cornwall pour une belle saison aussi.
David Hebert, your feature winner, he was saying that his car was able to go everywhere here tonight, so he saw the 6 of Williamson at a few occasions, but he said that he was in full confidence of bringing this car back into the winner's circle here tonight, and that's what he did. So David Hebert, a second win in a row for the modifieds, as the sportsmen are getting ready for their 50-lap event here tonight. So we'd like to thank everyone that are here tonight for their patience. I know it's not fun with raindrops coming on your heads, but at least we're seeing some races. So, encore une fois, merci beaucoup à tout le monde qui sont ici ce soir. On sait qu'avec la température qu'on a présentement, c'est pas l'idéal, mais au moins on peut voir des courses en espérant que vous ayez apprécié le spectacle avec David Hebert and Matt Williamson. Hopefully you've enjoyed the 50-lap event with David Hebert and Matt Williamson. So Tim, back up to you as we're getting ready for the sportsman event.
And great job, and I'll echo that statement to you, Martin Belanger. Thank you again, race fans, so much for your patience tonight. I know it's been tough to go through with what Mother Nature's been trying to throw at us. At least, she let us get that 50-lapper in for the modifieds. Hopefully she'll be nice enough to let us get this 50-lapper in for the Next Level Home Improvement Sportsman Division tonight. As the field is lined up in the staging area, and we are set and ready to go here. Give you the starting lineup real quick. Kaylin Draper on point in the 18, along with the 38 of Jared Herberson. Row 2, it's the M70 of Billy Cook with the 1 of Ricky Thompson. Jonathan Ferguson goes from 5th in the 44, along with the 37 of Darrell Mitchell. That's position number 6. This is position number 7 will be Thomas Cook in the 35 with the 94 of Gabe Sear. Row number 5, spot number 9, will find Cedric Govero in the 22C. Alongside of him will go the 77 of Ryan Stabler. Row number 6, Robert Delorme in the 1 with William Racine in the 35. Row number 7, it's Justin DeRosier's 29 with Gilles Godard in the 65. Row number 8, Dominic Merkley in the 78D, along with the 28 of Steve Morris. Row number 9 is going to find the 18 of Jason Rose and the 9 of Bentley Gray. Row 10 is Fire Swamp in the 88S, along with the 52 of Jessica Power. Denny Ford goes from 21st in the 82, along with the 88 of Chris Ferguson. Dale Gifford out of Smiths Falls in car number 78 will go from 23rd starting spot. That's your starting lineup for the Next Level Home Improvement Sportsman Division. 50 laps is the distance for them, much like the modifieds. It'll be 50 green flag laps. They will not be counting cautions. One lucky dog or easy pass will be offered to the first driver 1 lap down. That driver will then be placed at the tail end of the lead lap for the next restart. So just a few housekeeping measures there, and we are set and ready to go. Up after this, we will have the mini stock feature, the Assist to Sell mini stocks for their scheduled 20-lap feature, but we'll keep you posted on that if they decide to adjust anything as far as laps is concerned or not. But for right now, they are doing 20 laps. Quick update from the world of racing. Actually, it does involve the Sportsman Division. Skyline Speedway in Cortland, New York. They finally got back to racing action this week. Tommy Collins Jr. picked up the feature win tonight. I believe his second of the season there at Skyline. Humberstone Speedway is running tonight. They're hosting the Dirt Car Sportsman feature, and heat races completed there. Adam Leslie, James Michael Friesen, and Brad Rouse picked up heat wins tonight at Humberstone. So that is the update from the world of racing tonight so far. Isabel's here, so that's a good thing. Gotta give a shout out to the Wild Child, Jasmine David down there. She just sent us all a hello up here in the tower. Hope everybody's doing well. Wild Child, we're doing good up here. Hopefully you're having fun down there. Hopefully riders keeping you in line. So the field of 23 strong rolling trackside here. Denny Ford making his way out. Denny had a good start to the night, then got into the wall down here in the opening lap of the heat race, and it just did not go better after that. So Denny will roll from spot number 21 on the grid, as up in front, Kalen Draper and Ricky Thompson will bring him to green. 50 laps is the slated distance. A few more pace laps to allow these drivers to get acclimated to the speedway, because obviously the track has changed since they were last out there. It went from dry slick to this track with a little bit more bite into it. See a few little sprinkles falling from the sky, but it's not going to affect racing service whatsoever. White flag being displayed. Set for green, 50 laps, and we're off and running. Green lights are on and we're underway. Into turns 1 and 2 they go down the back straightaway. It's Ricky Thompson out in front. As battle on for second, Kalen Draper going at it with veteran Billy Cook off of turn number 4 and across the line. Ricky Thompson, the man in charge right now, is Billy Cook and Kalen Draper. They're still wheel to wheel for second and third. Thomas Cook back there in the 4th spot with a 37 of Daryl Mitchell completing the top 5 as we click off lap number 2 this time by. And Billy Cook looking really strong here in the early laps. Trying to get on by Kalen Draper for position number 2. Draper trying to fight back on the top side. Here comes grandson Thomas Cook. The inside lane trying to work up and catch the 2 drivers in front of him. Oh, Meyer Swat catches along the back straightaway. He's trying to continue on. It looks like he's going to continue it on through to the pits if he can. Not sure if he can steer it. Well, he's going to make an effort to anyway, and he does get behind the wall. So a great job by Fire to make it back to pit road. We stay green, 4 laps complete, 46 to go, and Ricky Thompson trying to run away in high, and it has been a rough season and a half for Ricky Thompson, although he did get a win last year at Plattsburgh. Been a tough last year or so for the man Hogansburg as he's trying to get back to victory lane here in Cornwall. He holds on to the lead right now. The battle is still on for second, third, and fourth. Kalen Draper has the runner-up spot. Billy Cook and Thomas Cook back there battling for third and fourth at the moment. Daryl Mitchell completes the top 5 as we work down the back straightaway. Thompson continues to run that extreme low lane. Impressive run so far for Kalen Draper. Keeping that car wound up on the top side of the speedway, and he is reeling in the race leader. How about this? Kalen Draper trying to run down the top spot as they head into turn number 3 and 4. 8 laps will be put up on the scoreboard. 42 remain. Battle is on for third as Thomas Cook gets down to the low lane, gets by grandfather Billy for the 3rd spot as Billy tucks in line behind him as Daryl Mitchell now in a battle with Cedric Govro for position number 5. Govro to the inside lane. Behind them, Ryan Stabler trying to make it 3 wide, almost lost it off the top side of the corner. And now Heath Sear takes full advantage. He'll pick up position number 7 as they work it off of corner number 2 and down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, your leader working the inside lane in turns 3 and 4. Kalen Draper content to run around the top side of the speedway with Thomas Cook giving chase. Behind them, Billy Cook now under attack from Cedric Govro into turn number 1 and 2. As Cook gives way with Govro getting by into turn number 3 and 4. Keep in mind, this race is 50 laps in distance. We're 1/5 of the way through it right now as we're working down into turns 1 and 2. Ricky Thompson in control of the field down the back straightaway. Thomas Cook trying to find the fast way around Kalen Draper at the moment. Draper way up on the top side. Thomas is electing to run down around the bottom. And a couple of evenly matched cars right now off of corner number 2 they go. Draper able to hold the spot as they work it down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Cook with a little better lane down on the bottom. There might be a little bit more bite down there. And as I say that, Kalen Draper drives right back by in turn number 1. 13 laps are complete. Ricky Thompson still leads the way. Looking behind the top 4 right now, Daryl Mitchell in a battle with Billy Cook, Gabe Sear, and Ryan Stabler. 3 wide back there for spots 6, 7, and 8. And Billy Cook takes full advantage. He'll pick up a couple of spots there and trying to go back after Daryl Mitchell for position number 5 as Ryan Stabler makes his own lane up on the top side of the speedway. He'll try to clear Billy Cook into turn number 3 and in the process trying to get alongside of Daryl Mitchell off of turn number 4. Good move by Stabler there. Into turn number 1 and 2, Stabler able to get alongside of Daryl Mitchell for the number 5 position. And the man out of Cornwall, Ontario, the RSI Industrial 77 is charging through the field. Up into turn number 1 goes Ricky Thompson using that inside lane. Had a great race car all day long. Kalen Draper still fighting with Thomas Cook for position at number 2 as they head up into turn number 3 and 4. One more time, Draper way up against the cushion on the top side, able to fend off Thomas Cook for the time being, but Cedric Govro moving into the picture now. Govro back there in the 22C holding on to spot number 4. Stabler has really made some impressive moves here tonight, holding on to spot number 5. Now Thomas Cook gets the advantage on Draper into turn number 1. And Draper will have to relinquish the number 2 position to Cook, although Draper not about to back down from Cook into turn number 3. Draper fighting hard, trying to hold on to the second spot at the moment. Off corner number 4 and across the line. Cook still with a half-car length advantage. And this is for the second spot, keep in mind, as behind them, Ryan Stabler is on the charge, coming to the front. He's already alongside of Draper for position number 3 as he tries to move alongside of Thomas Cook as well. Down across the line, Cook finally gets the number 2 spot away, and Keelan Draper trying to hold Ryan Stabler at bay, but I don't think it's going to happen. Ryan Stabler to third, and not done there. Ryan Stabler on the move. He's trying the outside lane around Thomas Cook. Pulls even turns with him now down into turn number 1, and Ryan Stabler takes over position number 2 off of corner 2 and down the backstretch. That's Fire Slop heads to the infield, spins it out over there, and will park it. And not sure if the caution will come out or not. We are going to stay green. We will stay green over here for the moment as Ricky Thompson has the lead, but Ryan Stabler is on the move. Using that extreme outside lane. Stabler on the charge. He's narrowing the gap down to about 3 car lengths as they head up through turns 1 and 2 rather. Closing in on Thompson for the lead down the back chute. 24 will be complete this time by, and Ryan Stabler's got all kinds of confidence right now. He is flying around the top side of this speedway. Stabler started back in position number 10, and he's looking for the top spot. It took him 24 laps to get to the front. New race leader, it's Ryan Stabler in turn number 3. An incredible drive for the man out of Cornwall. Drives around the top side to the lead at the halfway point. 25 down, 25 to go. And he is making that car fast out there, driving around the top side of the speedway, pulling away from Ricky Thompson. He's already put a straightaway on him down the front chute. And Thompson now back to second in lap traffic. Cedric Govro still there in position number 3. Thomas Cook trying to fend off Gabe Sear at the moment, as Sear holds on to the 5 spot. 6th is Daryl Mitchell. 7th is Robert Delormier. 8th is Jared Herbison. Kalen Draper still 9th. Jill Goddard now up into the top 10 for the first time tonight. 11th is the 52 of Jessica Power. 13th unofficially, or 12th rather, is the 29 of Justin DeRosier. 13th Jonathan Ferguson. 14th is the M70 of Billy Cook, as they are battling hard down here into turn number 1 for position number 2. Ricky Thompson 3 wide behind him for third. Gabe Sear wisely backs out of it, but Cedric Govro and Thomas Cook don't. They're trying to get around the 78 of Dale Gifford. Thompson's got no choice. He's got to go around the top side because Dale Gifford wants that inside lane, and Thompson will clear him down the back chute. Meanwhile, Ryan Stabler, he's pretty much put it on autopilot for the moment. Straightaway advantage over the battle for second, which is a hotly contested one now. Ricky Thompson has it. Thomas Cook trying to take it away on the extreme outside lane. Cedric Govro trying to run through the middle of the racetrack with 31 laps complete this time by 3 wide again for the 2 spot. Thompson on the bottom, Govro in the middle, and Cook on the top side will get the number 2 position away. In the meantime, Cedric Govro takes over third. Gabe Sear trying to pull even terms with the one of Ricky Thompson down the back chute for 4th, and he will do just that. So Ricky Thompson dropping a couple of spots here at the midpoint of the event as they work in lap number 32. In the meantime, Ryan Stabler is lapping cars at will. Into turns 3 and 4, the RSI Industrial Plump It Up Aesthetic 77 is pulled away by a straightaway. Cedric Govro pulls it to second now. Thomas Cook, Gabe Sear, and Ricky Thompson. That's your top 5 cars at this time. Bringing it down off of corner number 2, Cedric Govro. Now he can focus on trying to run down the race leader, Ryan Stabler, but how many more laps or how many more chances will he get to run him down? That's going to be the question right now. A caution flag is definitely needed to run down the race leader as Ryan Stabler works it off of corner number 4 and across the line. 35 in the books, 15 more to go. And the man out of Cornwall, Ontario, trying to park it in victory lane for the first time in 2020. Second spot, all by himself, is Cedric Govro. Gabe Sear, Thomas Cook, Ricky Thompson. That is the battle now from second on back to 5th. In the meantime, good battle going on for the number 6 spot. Daryl Mitchell has it as the one of Robert Delormier trying to take it away from him. Delormier started back in spot number 11, and him and Jared Herbison fighting it out with Daryl Mitchell for those positions. as they head up off of turn number 4 and across the line. Daryl Mitchell still holding on to the 6th spot. Robert Delormier sneaking by on the top side. They got the left car of Bentley Gray just in front of them. In the meantime, Ryan Stabler continues to pull away from the field. Oh my, we got a car around, and it's Robert Delormier in turn number 4. One of the strongest cars on the racetrack has looped it around here in turn number 4, ending a great run, and he was coming towards the front of the field in a hurry. But man, oh man, what a woodshed whooping that Ryan Stabler has put on this field here. 39 laps in, 11 to go, and Martin, this is pretty impressive on a Ryan Stabler, I must say.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive from Stabler for sure. 39 laps, the distance so far for the 77E. But talking about Robert Delormier, he was the only one tonight trying for that bonus money from TAS Racing and the other also the sponsors, Plump It Up Aesthetics and other sponsors. We had 2,600 on the line, so Thompson had elected, not Thompson, but Delormier had elected to start from the back, and it was trying to get to the front to win that bonus. So it's unfortunate for him, but all the strong cars are in front right now. Good run for Cedric Gauvreau and also Gab Cyr. He's always in the hunt this year here at the Speedway, and everywhere he runs. Quite a season for that young man in the 94 car for sure.
Yeah, he got himself a win at Autodrome Granby after getting his first career win at Brockville last year. A pretty big deal when you win at Autodrome Granby and get to stand down in front of the giant grandstand, everybody cheering for you. It's a pretty neat deal. And Jared Herbison was another guy who elected to go from the back and try for the bonus as well, and he's now up to 7th. Jonathan Ferguson, he was another one of those drivers that was trying for it. He started towards the tail. He's now in 10th. Jessica Power, she has made her way up from 20th starting spot. She's now into 9th. And Gilles Godard, he started 14th. He's now up to spot number 8 in the number 65. So a great run for Gilles here late in the going. But just very impressed with Ryan Stabler charging through the field like he did and taking the lead away quite handily from a very tough Ricky Thompson, who is backslid through the field now to 5th. Get the lineup set here in just a few moments, and after this feature we are going to go to the Assist to Sell mini stocks. Still going to be 20 laps for the Assist to Sell mini stocks as scheduled. So Ryan Stabler the leader, Cedric Gauvreau second, Gabe Cyr third, 4th is Thomas Cook, Ricky Thompson 5th, 6th is Daryl Mitchell having himself an impressive run, 7th is Jared Herbison, 8th is Gilles Godard, Jessica Power 9th, and Jonathan Ferguson now 10th. Fire Swamp has made his way back out on the Speedway as well, a couple of laps down. Justin DeRosier is 11th, Jason Rose 12th, Kalen Draper back to 13th, Steve Morris 14th, Robert Delormier unofficially 15th. 16th unofficially, William Racine unofficially 17th, Billy Cook, Bentley Gray, Dale Gifford, Denny Ford, Dominic Merkley, Fire Swamp, and Chris Ferguson is your unofficial running order. 38 laps are complete. Lap counter has been adjusted, so we'll have 12 to go when we come back to the line. Jason Aikman, Chief Starter, Director of Traffic Control, points over to turn number 4 at the Wired Audio Fire Zone over there. That's where the starts and restarts will take place. Ryan Stabler elects to go from the top side. Green lights back on and we're underway. And Ryan Stabler, once again, a great drive from the top side. He'll take over the lead once again. Cedric Gauvreau to second. Gabe Cyr into third. Thomas Cook, Ricky Thompson. Here comes Gilles Godard. He restarted back in 10th. He is now alongside Jared Herbison for spot number 6. As they working off at corner number 2 and down the back straightaway. Good battle going on there. But Godard on the move as they head through 3 and 4 and across the line. Ryan Stabler now under attack from Cedric Gauvreau and Gabriel Cyr. Cyr down on the bottom. He finished second last night. He wants to improve on that finish here tonight as Cedric Gauvreau battling for the number 3 position as well as it comes down across the line once again. 41 laps on the board, 9 more to go, and Gabe Cyr has found some bite on the bottom. Ryan Stabler trying to keep the momentum wound up on the top side of the speedway as we come across the line this time around. 8 to go. Side by side for the lead in turns 1 and 2. Ryan Stabler now finds the fast way around, and he'll pick up the top spot to himself in turn number 3. But Gabe Sear fighting back on the bottom. Great run for these 2 drivers in front of them as they head down into turn number 1. Stabler once again through turns 1 and 2 gets a pretty good run, and Sear slips up just a little bit off of 2. Can't quite get the drive he's looking for, but he's pretty good on the bottom through turns 3 and 4. But Stabler's got the momentum working for him. He's able to hold the lead by a half a car length with 44 laps in the books. 44 laps complete, and Gabe Sear. Could this be redemption night? Or could it be back-to-back runner-up finishes? Off of corner number 4, 5 to go for Ryan Stabler. Govro still third back there, battling with Jared Herbison in 4th, Ricky Thompson 5th, and Jill Gandard battling with Jessica Power for position number 6 as they head up into turns 3 and 4 and across the line one more time. Ryan Stabler opens up the lead by 2 car lengths this time. Into turn 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Now Stabler is able to clear Gabe Sear down the back straightaway once again. Into turn number 3 and 4 across the line. 3 to go for Stabler. He's got about 2 car lengths over Gabe Sear as the battle for the lead has stabilized for now. Cedric Govro there for 3rd, followed by Jared Herbison, who's come from the tail up to 4th. Ricky Thompson in the top 5. Jill Gandard now 6th. Jessica Power in 7th. Jonathan Ferguson is 8th. Thomas Cook back to 9th. Daryl Mitchell completes the top 10, and we got 2 laps left to go. 2 more remain. Lap traffic should not be a factor in the outcome. Off of corner number 4, white flag in the air for Ryan Stabler. Oh, fire swap turns it around in turn number 1 and 2. Yellow lights are on. Caution lights are on with 1 lap left to go. Fire swap turns it around over there in turns 1 and 2. My goodness, we are going to have some fun here with 1 lap left to go. So the lineup is just about set. Jessica Power will be going from the 6th spot. What a run by some of these drivers towards the back portion of the field as they made their way towards the front. Jared Herbison, one of the drivers that was going for that bonus from starting at the tail of the field and coming to the front. He is now 3rd. 1 lap shootout to the finish. Green, white, checkered finish to decide it. Can Gabe Sear make one last run, or will Ryan Stabler pull away and go on to win number 1 of the season? We're going to find out. Green, white, checkered to close out the Sportsman. Green lights back on and we're underway. Stabler gets ahead by a car length down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3 and 4, Gabe Sear on the bottom. Here comes Jared Herbison trying to get by Cedric Govro for 3rd. White flag in the air again for Ryan Stabler. Gabe Sear battling on the bottom, nearly side by side off of 2. Stabler clears Sear into turn number 3. Checkered flag waving. Gabe Sear one last try on the bottom. Not gonna happen. Ryan Stabler gets his first win of the season. Second spot goes to Gabe Sear. Jared Herbison 3rd. Cedric Govro, Ricky Thompson, your top 5. What a run, what a finish. 3 great drivers there, and Ryan Stabler, one of the more popular guys in the pit area. Well liked by all the drivers. I don't think there's a driver in the pit area, whether it be in a modified sportsman or mini stock, what have you, that has anything bad to say about Ryan Stabler. Class guy, and one of the guys you like to see pick up a couple of wins every year, and he got it done here tonight in a season where nobody knew if you were going to be able to get a race in, much less win one, and Ryan Stabler got it done here tonight. So Ryan Stabler gets the victory. Gabe Sear, Jared Herbison, Cedric Govro, Ricky Thompson, your official top 5 finish. And they will clear the scales over there.
Great run here by Ryan Stabler. Quelle performance ici pour Ryan
Stabler qui a dû, comme vous avez vu, avec Gab Cyr et puis d'autres pilotes qui ont tenté leur chance pour la victoire, mais l'expérience de Stabler a payé ce soir dans cette finale de 50 tours. Great run here for the 770 of Ryan Stabler as he's getting out of the car. Ryan Stabler, your Sportsman feature winner here tonight. Ryan, congratulations. Good run here tonight at the Speedway. Gab Cyr tried everything to pass you. That didn't work, but first win of 2020 here at Cornwall. How does it feel to be back in the winner's circle?
Oh, it feels pretty good. The Sportsman field's getting so tough to win races now. It's good to see. It's great competition. Gab, hell of a run at the end. It feels glad to be here.
Yeah, especially with the Mother Nature giving us a run tonight, but we were able to beat her. But I'm pretty sure you have a lot of sponsors you would like to thank for this great car again tonight, and a good crew as well that's putting you here in the winner's circle.
For sure. I got to thank my family, my crew. This year, I got few extra crew members is really starting to help out. All my sponsors, RSI Industrial, Pump It Up Aesthetics, Riverside Dodge, HF Smith, Royal RV, RBH, Rogers Marina, Border City Diesel. I couldn't do it without all these guys. It's a blessing.
And your guys will be back next week. The Sportsmen are here probably until the end of the year, so that's good news for you guys. And then, as you said, it's always a competitive field, especially with all the guys from Brockville as well coming here.
Absolutely.
All right, so congratulations, Ryan. Well-deserved win.
Thank you.
So Ryan
Stabler, your Sportsman winner here tonight. So Ryan enjoying his winner's circle celebrations. Juste pour nos amis sur 360nitro.tv, donc Ryan Stabler qui mentionne qu'il y avait une excellente voiture ce soir ici du côté de Cornwall, puis très heureux de pouvoir courir avec les Sportmen, puis mentionnait qu'il y avait quelques nouveaux membres de son équipe cette année qui sont en train d'apprendre et puis prendre l'expérience. Donc Ryan Stabler qui a pu remporter une première victoire cette saison ici du côté de Cornwall, du côté des Sportmen. So we're closing out the evening. I think we will be able to beat Mother Nature here tonight as the mini stocks are getting ready for their 20-lap event. So Tim, back up to you.
A great job down there trackside as always. Martin Belanger, the Assist-to-Sell mini stock division will be reduced in laps. They're going to go 15 instead of 20 tonight, so 15 laps for the Assist-to-Sell mini stocks. Great run for Ryan Stabler. As I mentioned, he's one of the more well-liked guys in the pit area. Always has a smile on his face, regardless if he's running great or not running so great. But everybody's always got something nice to say about him, and great family man as well. And he parks it here tonight in the winner's circle. So he has every reason to have a cold, refreshing beverage tonight, and we're going to go racing with the mini stocks as they will come to the line for their 15-lap feature go now. James Clark will go from the pole, looking for his third of the season, and the number 2X on Hawkesbury. Alongside of him from Cornwall, it's Mike Gaucher in the number 3. Run number 2, it is going to find the 49 of Alexis Charbonneau. Alexis out of St. Lambert, Quebec, alongside of Cornwall's Justin Jodway in the 22J. JC Bouchard in the 30B, along with Sylvain Charette from La Prairie, Quebec. The number 60, Brandon McMillan out of Ottawa, and car number 23B will complete the rest of your field. 7 cars ready to go. 15 laps is the distance. Final feature of the night here, and want to thank the good folks at Pat less chip stand, less winners and his entire crew as well. Thank you for all that you do for racing here at Cornwall and their continued sponsorship with a number of race teams, as well as the continued sponsorship with the Canadian Nationals through last year. I know this year is kind of a bit different scenario with that, but in any event, we're back racing and glad to have you on board with us here this season and here tonight as well. So James Clark will fire from the points in the number 2, looking for his 3rd of the season. Going to green this time by 15 laps. James Clark and Mike Gaucher on the front row, and we're underway. First time through turns 1 and 2. James Clark jumps into the race lead down the back straightaway. 3 of Gaucher in the number 2 spot. These two went at it for a feature win at Brockville about 3 weeks ago. Gaucher won the battle that night, and James Clark trying to hold back the veteran, but Mike Gaucher not going to have any part of that. He's going to drive right up to the top side, as is Justin Jodway in the number 22, is Alexis Charbonneau in the 49 right there in spot number 4. Sylvain Charette is 6, followed by the 30 of J.C. Bouchard, the 23 of Brandon McMillan completing your field. Off corner number 2 and down the back stretch they go. The top 2 drivers even through turns 3 and 4 and across the line. Mike Gaucher out ahead by a half a car length at the line. Gaucher, former track champion here in this assist to sell mini stock division, shows the upstart contender the way around the top side. And as we mentioned, these two went at it for a win at Brockville about 3 weeks ago. And Gaucher won the battle that night. Clark trying to not let that happen, but Gaucher finds the fast way around and actually starts to pull away just a little bit. Into turn number 3, Clark sticking with that inside lane. Gaucher content to run to the middle of the racetrack. Off of turn number 4 and down the stripe they go. 5 down, 10 more to go. And Mike Gaucher in command down the back chute. Top 2 are pulled away from Justin Jodway, Alexis Charbonneau, Sylvain Charette down to the top 5 with J.C. Bouchard and Brandon McMillan completing it. 6 down, 9 to go. Gaucher trying for his first win here at Cornwall in 2020 and his 2nd win overall. Off of that 1 win he's got at Brockville this season. The 22 of Jodway now in a battle with Alexis Charbonneau. Charbonneau, as we documented earlier, picked up a feature win this weekend at Autodrome Granby on Friday night in their Sport Compact division. In the meantime, James Clark trying to get back into the winner's circle tonight, trying to get around Gaucher for the race lead. 8 down, 7 to go. The battle for the top spot continues on as they head up into turns 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Gaucher able to put about a car length between himself and Clark into turn number 3 and 4, but Clark closes back in, coming off the corner this time by Mike Gaucher in control. Justin Jodway is still in the battle with the 49 of Alexis Charbonneau. Charbonneau down around the bottom, but Jodway's got the momentum on that high lane, although Charbonneau gets a good corner that time. Pulls even with Jodway. In the meantime, James Clark fighting back with Mike Gaucher coming down the stripe. 5 laps left to go. 5 more remain, and Mike Gaucher has got company now. He's got the lead down the back chute. James Clark may have a faster race car. He's going to try to pull it to the high lane, trying to get a run off that bank in turn number 3 and 4. And he gets a good run that time coming down the front stretch with 4 laps left to go. If James Clark wants to get by, he's going to have to make a move now as they hustle down the back straight away into turn number 3 and 4. Clark puts his car up on the top side of the racetrack. Off of turn number 4, they're treating a little paint down the front chute with 3 to go. Race is far from over with. Now Clark pulls even with the leader down the back straightaway. Clark and Gaucher side by side for the lead in turn number 3. Gaucher with the advantage on the bottom. Clark with the momentum on the high lane. New leader at the line with 2 to go. It's James Clark taking the top spot away. Gaucher falls to second. Alexis Charbonneau right there in the catbird seat in third, waiting for something to possibly happen between your two leaders. Into turn number 3 and 4, white flag in the air for James Clark. Looking for win number 3 here in Cornwall and 4th win overall. Down the back straightaway they go. Mike Gaucher, if he's going to get the lead away, he's got to do something right now. Into turns 3 and 4. Checkered flag is waving. Win number 3 of the season for Hawkesbury's James Clark at Cornwall. Gaucher, Charbonneau, Jodwin, and Sylvain Charette, your top 5. J.C. Bouchard and Brandon McMillan, your top 5 here tonight. So James Clark gets the job done, and ladies and gentlemen here at Cornwall and on 360nitro.tv, that is the finale of our program this evening. We're going to go down and have a quick word with James Clark trackside on his 3rd win of 2020. 4th overall. As I mentioned, he's got a feature win at Brockville this year. But what a way to do it. Picks up the victory here tonight over a very determined and very tough Mike Gaucher. But Clark gets it done. The only other winner this season was Jan Potvin, who won here last week. So James Clark makes it 3 out of 4 tries in 2020. So he's rolling it into victory lane. It'll be a fun time in Hawkesbury tonight, I'm sure. And Martin Belanger is down there to greet him. And James Clark, win number 3 in the mini stocks.
Thanks, Tim. Yes, well-built car as well. It's second year in the mini stock, and the last year was our Rookie of the Year for the mini stock, and well-built machine, and it shows as
brings this car every Sunday or even Saturday nights here at the Speedway, and he was able to get a 3rd win here, 3e victoire. He's out of the car. James Clark, your feature winner here. James, congratulations. Third win this season here at the Speedway. Battle hard with your teammate Mike Gaucher. Track was in good condition for you guys to finish the night, but a shortened 15-lap event, but you're back in the winner's circle, 3rd time here at Cornwall this season.
Yeah, that was actually a hell of a battle, that I've been waiting a really long time to have with Mike Gaucher. Tonight seemed to be the night. I had a really good line there at the bottom. He found some grip at the top, got by me, and then once he took my line at the bottom, it seemed to have a lot of grip at the top, so I managed to get by him. You know what, Mike, he's a veteran in this division. He's also one of my mentors, so everything I know about racing comes from him, so, to actually fight side by side with him tonight, means a lot to me.
And it's not the first time. I was in Brockville a few weeks ago and you guys battled side by side there, so those 2 cars seems to be the cars to beat this season so far.
Well, you know what, I mean, like I say, like week in and week out, we just put a lot of work into these cars, between Rich Welding and JML Customs. There's a lot of work and a lot of testing that goes in these cars. Last year, I spent basically my whole year just testing different things, and this year we came back with something that worked for us week in and week out, last year. So far it's been a dream season for us.
You mentioned to me it's unfortunate it's not a championship season with COVID-19, but again, I'm pretty sure you have a lot of people you would like to thank on this car.
Yes, for sure. Like I said, JML Customs, Rich Welding, We Met Farm Adventures, House Farm Equipment, Ruption Industries, and Triforce Electric. They really keep their wheels rolling on this thing.
All right, so congratulations, James, on that 3rd win. So James Clark, your mini stock feature winner here tonight. Solid run for James Clark. James qui mentionnait qu'il a fait beaucoup de tests sur la voiture l'an passé pour amener une voiture très compétitive cette saison. On voit que les tests sont portés fruits, puis il mentionnait la bataille avec son mentor, Mike Gaucher. Mike Gaucher, on le sait, c'est un gars d'expérience dans cette division depuis plusieurs années. Donc Mike Gaucher qui a pu se battre avec lui encore ce soir, une belle bataille. Il a réussi à aller battre son mentor ce soir du côté de Cornwall. J'avais été témoin d'une belle bagarre entre lui et puis justement Mike Gaucher il y a quelques semaines du côté de Brockville. Puis là, ce soir de retour. Donc James Clark qui est très heureux d'avoir remporté une 3e victoire, une saison de rêve pour lui, malgré que c'est pas une saison de championnat à cause du COVID-19, mais n'empêche que James qui va chercher une 3e victoire ce soir. Donc, c'est ce qui termine notre programme de ce soir. C'est du côté de 360nitro.tv. I'll send it back to Tim just for the final words in English, and I'll come back in French just to close out the evening. So, Tim, some final thoughts on your end for tonight's program here at Cornwall.
Well, thank you very much, Martin Belanger, and that wraps it up here at the Cornwall Motor Speedway. And on behalf of everybody here, the staff and management at the Cornwall Motor Speedway, the Laverne family, my esteemed colleague in the booth tonight, Martin Belanger. This is Timmy Baltz. Hopefully you had a great night. If you were watching it here in person at Cornwall, thanks for joining us. If you're watching it on 360nitro.tv, we hope you had a great time tonight, and we got it done. We persevered, and we are done for tonight. See you next week, and be safe. We'll see you in 1 week's time right here at Cornwall Motor Speedway and on 360nitro.tv. Have a good night, everybody.